Welcome back to the Coliseum with Wally Walker. I'm Kevin Calabro, and the usual gang of crew on hand here tonight is we're proud to present Game 2 of the first round playoff series between the Sonics and the Denver Nuggets. As you know, in Game 1, the Sonics prevailed 106-82, and the difference rebounding. Sonics outboarding Denver 52-34, and turnovers. Denver turning it over 21 times, and the Sonics capitalizing for 36 points off of those turnovers. Now, there were some other games played today, as you're probably aware, and in case you missed it, we'll review some of the action. The Indiana Pacers, of course, were in Orlando, where they had won in Disneyland on Thursday night behind Reggie Miller and Byron Scott's late efforts. Here we have some action of the Pacers win today, 103-101 over Orlando. Reggie Miller, a dream teamer, very, very tough today from the perimeter. Anthony Hardaway had a big game. His toss at the buzzer that would have tied went off the mark, and the tip by Shaquille O'Neal late, too late for Brian Hill and the Orlando Magic as Larry Brown and company head to Indianapolis, Indiana at Market Square Arena with a chance to end the series. It was a tight series during the course of the year at 2-2, with Reggie Miller having very, very fine efforts, including a 38-point effort in the last meeting of the year between the two teams in April, when Indiana defeated Orlando in Market Square Arena. Now, the other effort was down in San Antonio, where the Spurs won in Game 1. Remember, they lost in 5 efforts against the Utah Jazz during the regular season, but they came back to win Game 1. It was Game 2, and Utah, Wally, wins it 96-84 with a tremendous effort today from Jay Humphries, who scores 25 points to lead the Utah Jazz. Rodman, on this particular play, decking Tom Chambers with an elbow. Tom countered that was just before the first half, and Tom was kicked out of the ball game. Rodman later in the second half was kicked out of the contest as well. He has proven to be much more of a distraction, I think, maybe than a help for the San Antonio Spurs late in ball games.
He's gotten caught up in the personal duels already, staying after the other team has a defensive rebound, challenging back there, getting in guys' faces. Just stuff that's not basketball.
You can see Rodman send Chambers to the floor. That was an elbow that we had been talking about. Chambers counters with an elbow. Bob Delaney stepped in, teched Tom Chambers, and Jerry Sloan came unglued. He came off the bench. He couldn't believe it.
Let's not forget that Bob Delaney ejected and had a chest bumping incident with Jerry Sloan last year during the playoffs. So those two have some history, and it looked like Bob Delaney just missed that one.
Rodman picked up then a flagrant foul and knocked Stockton down and caused a Charlie horse in the thigh, and then he was kicked out of the contest.
Ooh,
because of taunting in front of the Utah bench.
Mark Eden lurched like staring at Rodman as he runs off the floor.
So that should be one whale of a game when they head back to play in that series in Utah at the Delta Center. I could just imagine the kind of noise that's going to be generated Tuesday night when they introduce Dennis Rodman onto the floor there at the Delta Center. That could get ugly in a hurry.
It was ugly today. That was an ugly game all around. Of course, the Spurs were totally inept offensively, but the Jazz, are a threat. If they can play that style and make their teams play that half court, grind to that level, they're very good at executing at the half court. That's when they've had luck with the Sonics. That's exactly how the games have gone.
Now, Wally, while the NBA made a few bucks on fines in that Utah-San Antonio game, it appears that they are going to make a motherload in the Miami-Atlanta game. 3 players kicked out of that ball game as Miami and Atlanta go at it in a bench-clearing brawl. Atlanta evens the series at 1-1, and now that series heads back to Miami, Florida on Tuesday night. Some great first-round matchups, and the Sonics will attempt to prevail here tonight, sweep this series, rest a little bit, as either Utah or San Antonio, it appears pretty evident after watching that game today, Wally, could very well come out banged and bruised, and that might just go to a 7-game series, or the full 5-game series here in the first round.
Could easily go. I mean, San Antonio has got an uphill battle, and they're going to need some help from somebody other than the Admiral.
And Rodman is not much help at this point. The Denver Nuggets being introduced on the floor. Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf averaging 18 points per ball game. #1 in free throw shooting percentage at 95%. Joined by Bryant Stith at the other guard in his second year out of Virginia. Mutombo in the middle, 7'2" and 250 from Georgetown in his third year. LaPhonso Ellis and Reggie Williams are the forwards. The coach is Dan Issel of the Denver Nuggets. And there is confetti coming down over the Denver bench. How about that? Dan Issel looks up. He smiles. He's still looking up at the confetti floating down near his bench. The Sonics now being introduced on the floor. The head coach of the Sonics is, of course, George Karl, assisted by Bobby Kloppenberg, Terry Stotts, and Tim Gergwich. The trainer is Frank Furtado. The starting lineup tonight for the Sonics at 63-19, the best record in the NBA. 37-4 at home, the best record at home in the NBA. With losses to Detroit, the Los Angeles Clippers, the Phoenix Suns, and the New York Knickerbockers. Gary Payton starts at the point. He's in his 4th year from Oregon State. At the other guard spot in his 4th year from Illinois is Kendall Gill. Michael Cage, who had 18 minutes logged in and 8 rebounds against Denver on Thursday night, is 6'9" and 240 in his 10th year from San Diego State. The other forward tonight from the University of Washington, class of '85 in his 9th year, Detlef Schrempf, had 21 points, led the Sonics in scoring on Thursday night, had 5 rebounds, went to the line 14 times and hit 13 free throws. And the Rain Man, 6'10" and 245 in his 5th year from Elkhart, Indiana, Shawn Kemp, averaging 18 points, nearly 11 rebounds, 2 blocks, and 2 steals per contest. He had a 16-point, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steal, 2 block effort in 34 minutes on Thursday night. Didn't shoot particularly well, 6 for 17. But Shawn Kemp doing so many other things well, getting the assists early to establish a trend in the first quarter of game 1 that Denver was slow to react to. Walter Payton, sweetness, Hall of Fame running back from the Chicago Bears, brought in today by the Seattle Supersonics to give a motivational speech to the team this morning at shoot-around. And it was at the invitation of George Karl and Walter Payton, a great basketball fan. We talked to him earlier on the pregame show on radio. Agreed to come in here and talk to the Supersonics. He apparently gave a similar motivational speech to the running Rebels of UNLV a couple of years ago, and Tim Gergwich was the assistant coach. He got to know Gerg pretty well, and so the connection was made. And Walter Payton told us earlier tonight that he is a varsity assistant coach for his son's team up in the Chicago suburbs of Illinois. Really a class guy. Enjoyed talking to him. I'd never talked to him before, never met the man, and sensational fellow, really down to earth. And I'm told by some of our Chicago fans that are here from transplants from Chicago that he owns Chicago. They say you could talk about Michael Jordan, but Walter Payton owns Chicago. It's still his.
Well, it's great he gave the motivational speech. It's a class act. The guys all respect him, but let's hope they make some jumpers as well.
You know what he told him, and I thought was interesting, and he told us on the radio pregame show, he said, the best compliment people can pay to you is saying that this is a Sonic team without a superstar to carry him. He said, to me, that's such a positive, because when you have a superstar on any professional team, there sometimes is, let's face it, some animosity, some egos, some identity that has to go with a superstar on one particular ball club. He says you're a dangerous team when you're unpredictable and you have so many weapons, as the Sonics do. Here is the tip. It is controlled by the Denver Nuggets. Reggie Williams has got to have a good game, and Rauf has got to open things up from outside to allow Mutombo to work inside. They look for Mutombo early on the block left side, backs down on Cage. Mutombo steps, turns, double team by Detlef, out to Reggie. 3 in the air for Williams. He got it. Reggie Williams sinks the 3, and the Denver Nuggets on the board for the first time as they were Thursday night.
Quick release. Detlef double teams on the big foul, and he kicks it out for the open shot for Williams.
Schrempf with the ball, high toss inside to Kemp. Oh, what a pass inside to Cage. He'll step up on Mutombo and lay it up and in. Michael Cage, the recipient of a great misdirection tip pass from Shawn Kemp.
Like the game Thursday night, Shawn Kemp doing his Magic Johnson impersonation early in the game.
In low with it, Mutombo arcs his back, backs, turns, reverse pivot. In comes Cage over the top for the foul. Bennett Salvatore, our official, along with Joey Crawford and Bill Spoder here tonight at the Big Barn, where Dikembe Mutombo will get 2 shots, and the foul to Michael Cage. It's his first.
You need to make Mutombo come back to the middle where he can get some help. Here you can see he travels maybe a couple times in that play. Michael Cage, you're going to see him. He's making the call. Bennett Salvatore sees it differently. He calls the foul on number 44.
Mutombo, a 58% free throw shooter, raises and pops and hits, and the Denver Nuggets lead at 4-2. Mutombo now in his 3rd year, averages 12 points, nearly 12 rebounds, 6th in the league, and number 1 in blocks at 4 per ball game. Second free throw, no go. Kemp with a rebound, snatches it out of midair. Splays the legs, comes down and feeds ahead to Payton. He's at front court, left side over to Gill. Drives in line left with the left hand. Drop step spin on Stith. Swings up the hook. It comes off the front rim. Grabbed by Reggie Williams. Reggie, the team captain. A Hoya as well from Georgetown. Stopped shy of the three-point perimeter. Covered by Detlef Schrempf. Channels him over to the sideline. Reggie picks up the dribble, looking for help. Skips into Mutombo. Cuts off the high post. Reggie gets it back. Follow-away jumper, no. Rebound off the hands of Mutombo. Out of bounds. And Joey Crawford will give it to the Denver Nuggets. Looked like Mutombo had touched it last.
Mutombo immediately began lobbying as soon as that ball went out of bounds, and Crawford agreed with him.
Denver bench wanted a foul. They had felt that Sonic had come over the top of Mutombo. 4-2 the score. Denver leading. In line left within Reggie Williams to bring it in bounds. Floats it to Mutombo, is in deep. Look out. Leans back, 5-footer, banks it up and in. Dikembe got in deep.
A nice little pick between him and Abdul-Rauf. The Sonics had to cover Abdul-Rauf, so they didn't have the open J. That left him open on the roll.
6-2 the count. 10:25 to go. First quarter. Here's Kemp left side off the Schrempf pick. Detlef screens two-man. Kemp drives to the baseline. He's trapped. He tried to skip it in traffic to Gill. Kicked away by Mutombo. It caroms to the sideline and out of bounds. It'll be Sonic ball.
They don't reset to 24. They say that kick is unintentional. Just 6 seconds left on the clock.
And Kemp will get it in bounds to Gary. Darts outside. Hesitates with a left-hand dribble. Jump stops. Leans in. Double pumps over Williams. It won't go. That 12-footer rolls off, and LaPhonso Ellis has his first rebound. The Nuggets lead at 6-2 with 10 minutes to go in the first period.
Reggie Williams playing the point forward. It looks like that's going to be Denver's answer to the pressure from the Sonic guard.
Here's Williams. He takes it sideline left, drives into the lane, can't finish it over Kemp. Cage had the rebound off his fingertips. Williams comes up with another, leans back for a 12-footer. It rattles off. Cage with the rebound, pushes it across midcourt to Payton, centers it to Kemp into the lane, gives off to Gill, baseline flip, in and out. Rebound, Cage keeping it alive. Schrempf grabs it, muscles it away from Williams, and a jump ball called in low between Schrempf and Williams. They'll go to the circle.
A nice pass from Shawn Kemp. Kendall Gill gets a great look at a 12-footer. He uses all the rim, but doesn't get the touch.
McMillan already at midcourt getting set to come in with 9:38 to play in the first quarter. I believe Schrempf's going to come out to put McMillan on Williams. Here's the tip.
Absolutely right, Kevin.
It's grabbed by Gill, juggled by Gill, and grabbed by Payton. Sideline right. He's double teamed in the corner. Into the lane to Kemp. Steps up, flings a high one over to Dikembe. Give Dikembe a change of heart on that one as Kemp had to flick it up with a change of trajectory. Back come the Nuggets. Ellis sidewinds, left wing, 12-footer on the run, won't go. Gill with a rebound. Kendall across midcourt. 6-2 the count. Nuggets by 4. Gill floats it mid-block right side. Here comes Det into the lane. Double team. Dish outside. Cage beyond the three-point range. Sets it up to Gill. Over it comes to Detlef. Detlef double team right-hand side of the lane. Yo-yos the pass. Flings it out to Gill for a 3. Missed it. Kemp with the rebound beneath the lid. Up he comes. The reverse jam in traffic. Through the foul. Send the man to the line.
Strong and quick on this play. Long rebound. Detlef goes back to Kendall. Long rebound on a long shot, and Shawn just quickest to the basketball, and then the strength to power it over to Nuggets.
Goodness gracious. Mutombo with a first foul, and Kemp to the line. Swings it up, swish. It goes, and the Sonics trail by 1 at 6-5. Now Rauf has the handle on the basketball as Schrempf does indeed check out, and McMillan will come in, and he immediately attaches himself to Reggie Williams. Rauf left sideline. Spots Ellis out high, head of the key, swings it over to Williams, down low Mutombo. Double team by McMillan and Kemp. Mutombo drop steps to the baseline, stumbles. He hooked the man. Offensive foul on Mutombo as he goes sprawling to the floor. Second foul on Dikembe.
Poor decision by Mutombo. Double team. The Sonics have him locked up, and he tries to force a little space and clearly use that off arm.
Yes, so we'll go to get Dikembe Mutombo with Brian Williams, the second-year player out of Arizona. 6-5 is our score. The Nuggets by 1, and Mutombo picks up his second foul at the 8:39 mark of the first period.
It's a nightmare for Dan Issel trying to establish a physical inside type of game. And his big man's going to have to take a seat for a while now.
You mentioned it, Wally, at the top. Maybe Denver comes out a little too juiced for this one, and that was the case with Mutombo. He tried to force his way along the baseline. Here's Payton off the Kemp screen, drives inside, shovels to McMillan. Nate gives it quickly back to Gary, who pops in a banker from 5 that won't count. A foul is called inside, I believe, on the pass-off. That'll be on a Denver Nugget. They say McMillan was shooting. I thought he passed it over there, but it was blocked by Williams. Clearly, he was in the act of shooting.
Penetration. Means good things for your offensive club. Gary Payton getting into the paint area, drawing defenders, and a nice dish over to Nate.
Bryant picks up his first foul. Brian Williams. McMillan rolls in the free throw, and the Sonics have tied it at 6-6. Second one airborne off the heel of the iron. Williams reaches out with the left hand, tried to snare the rebound, can't draw it back to the body. He lost it out of bounds. Sonic ball, baseline right, and a chance to take a lead with 8:26 left. Payton with the ball high over the head, feeds to Gill. Immediately into the air, raises with a 15-footer, down it goes. Nothing but the bottom of the net for Kendall Gill.
Good confidence after missing his 2 previous jump shots.
8-6 the score. Sonics first lead. Stith spins into traffic, lost a handle, picked it up over to Ellis in the corner. Cross court to Williams with Gary running at him, raises for the bomb, missed it. Kemp comes down with a rebound. Kemp with 2 hands across midcourt and averts Williams. Jump pass ahead of McMillan down the near wing. He'll pull up with the ball high over the head. Rolls out leather in the palms, feeds over to Cage, covered by Ellis. Michael hands off to Payton, up fake, drives the slower Ellis into the lane. Turns the corner, stops. In midair, gives off to Kemp. He juggles it, got it, hooks it up, missed it. Rebound Cage, battling with Ellis. Saved inbounds by Payton. Right to Kemp, beneath the lid, stutter step. In he comes, blocked, got it back, hooks it up, no. Rebound Kendall up, no. Blocked by Williams, grabbed by Kemp. In the lane, following jumper, blocked by Williams. Outside of McMillan. Cross court to Gary for the 3. Yes! Oh, that's the way you get it done. 11-6 ball game.
What a sequence of hustle by the Sonics.
7:22 left in the first. How many offensive rebounds, Wally?
I think 4 on that play.
Oh, goodness. 11-6 the count. Stith out of the corner. A bomb. Air ball grabbed by Kemp. Outlet pass to Kendall. Invert Stith lunging in backcourt across midcourt. He comes 3-on-1 ahead of Gary. On the pass off inside, Williams knocked down and a foul called on the Sonics.
Cardinal sin committed by Kendall Gill. Middle of a fast break. Don't leave your feet and follow through because that's what's going to happen. Defender's going to stand there and take that charge.
Scissoring his legs as he went airborne. Good call by Bennett Salvatore, and the first foul on Gill. And the Nuggets bring it up. 11-6 to score. Seattle, 6:56 to go, first period play. Here is Abdul-Rauf, corner court left, skips it to Williams. Spins by Cage, picked up on a weak side by McMillan. Cross court pass to the open man, it's Williams. His jumper rattles in and out. Swept outside by Williams to Rauf for a 3-ball. No go. Off the heel of the iron. Flipped by Gill into Cage. Cage out to Kendall across midcourt with a wraparound dribble. Averts Rauf, feeds inside traffic to Cage. Blocked away. Michael hustles after it beyond the 3-point ring. Great hustling play by Cage. Over to McMillan. Hesitation dribble. Blows by Williams to the window and finger rolls it up and in.
What a difference it makes with Mutombo on the bench. Nate waltzes in there and just shoots a normal layup. No fear at all.
7-point Sonic lead. 13-6, 6:17 to go. First quarter play. Payton trying to cut off Rauf on the sideline left side in front court. Picks up a foul and a timeout has been called on the floor. Good golly. What an opening salvo by the Sonics. Back in a moment with a 13-6 Sonic spread on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
The Sonics would like to thank Northwest Dodge for providing tonight's superhero posters that most of you received on your way into the game tonight. The new Dodge. See your Northwest Dodge dealer now. Well, be sure to tune in to KSTW TV Channel 11, 7:30 on Monday night. When the Sonics travel to Denver, it's Game 3 of the first round of the Western Conference playoffs against these Denver Nuggets. Monday night, 7:30 on KSTW TV Channel 11. Well, it's now time for tonight's Lucky Seat Prize winner. Let's look at the scoreboard now and see if you're sitting in tonight's Lucky Seat. It's section 19C, row 5, seat 11. Now let's see who you'll win a prize from. It's 13 coins. Congratulations, you've just won a $60 gift certificate from the 13 Coins restaurant. The prize will be delivered to your seat.
for 10. Seattle has out-rebounded Denver 9-5. Shawn Kemp has 5 rebounds to lead the Sonics. Rodney Rogers is in to give a little more beef to that Denver front line. Rogers, the rookie from Wake Forest, is 6'7" and 255.
You got the chess game going between George Karl and Dan Issel right now in matchups.
Ellis low block right side from Rogers. Up fakes from behind. Gill slashes the ball away and then falls out of bounds with a leather. It will be awarded to Denver. Dikembe Mutombo at the 8:39 mark of the first quarter went to the Denver bench with his second foul. Bryant Williams has come in. And now Rodney Rogers is in with Williams and Ellis on the front line. Stith and Rauf the guards. Rauf on the inbounds. Triggers a jumper out of the corner. Missed it. Ellis got the rebound away from Gill. Drives inside. A little reverse flick won't go. But he drew a foul inside, and it is whistled on Nate McMillan. Now at the top we mentioned field goal shooting and how Denver's guards had to come out hot. They didn't. Reggie Williams 1 of 7. Rauf has only attempted a shot, and that was an air ball.
But they need to get more shots in here, and Ellis was effective when he received the basketball Thursday night, which wasn't often. Right now, George Karl and small and Nate McMillan to provide more pressure. Reggie Williams bring the ball up, so Dan Issel counters with Rodney Rogers to go big and try to post Nate up.
LaPhonso Ellis, a 67% free throw shooter, 6'8", 240, second year from Notre Dame. Had 12 points and 3 rebounds in 30 minutes of effort on Thursday night. He misses the second free throw. Michael Cage comes away to the rebound. It's his third. 13-7 the score. 5:45 to go. First period play. Here comes Payton. Right sideline. Picked up by Williams and Rue. Pursued and double teamed. Pivots and skips it over to Kemp in the corner. He's double teamed. Cross court floater to McMillan. McMillan will come down, catch, sends it back to the near side. Gary on line for the 3 and just rattles short. Ellis comes down to the rebound. Flicked away by Gill on a foul. In backcourt on the Sonics, Kendall Gill. Second foul on KG.
Very late call. Kendall thought he had a clean pick. After the ball was jarred loose, Bennett Salvatore blew the whistle.
Sonics by 6. With 5:25 to go in the first quarter. The Sonics win on an 11-0 run to take their first lead in the ballgame after trailing 6-0. Or 6-2, I should say. Rauf headed the key to Stith, over to Williams, now to Ellis in the corner. LaPhonso Ellis over to Rauf, sidesteps the lunging Payton, darts under Cage and hits a 15-foot leaner. Nice shot. Rauf with his first deuce. Sonics come right back. Payton drop step spin, in he comes on Stith, whirls a pass over to the unsuspecting Gill. He can't handle it. Grabbed by Stith, foot race with McMillan. He'll win it to the rack and lay it up at him with a finger roll. And it's a 13-11 to count. 4:50 to go, first period. McMillan cross court, down low on the block to Payton. He darts by Rauf. Williams slow in getting there, fouls him. And Gary Payton will take 2 at the line on the foul, the second of the night on Bryant Williams.
Nice early offense. Gary Payton getting down low. He has the size advantage against Abdul-Rauf. You can see he catches it and goes straight to the basket.
And they're going to give the foul to Rauf. Beg your pardon, that's his first, so Williams just has the 1 foul. Detlef Schrempf checks in for the Sonics as Gary short arms the first free throw. Kendall Gill comes out. Schrempf is back in with McMillan, Payton, Kemp, and Cage. And here is Gary Payton. Winds up, delivers, and no go. Cage in after the rebound. Double teamed in there by Ellis and Williams. Williams wins the effort with a rebound. Will spin it out of backcourt to Rauf. Shake and bake dribble. Drives by McMillan. Dumps it to Stith. Stripped away by McMillan. What a recovery by McMillan. He came down from the free throw line to strip the ball away for the pick. Here come the Sonics.
He had no angle. I don't know how he did that.
Payton the other way with a reverse flip. No, over Williams. Grabbed the rebound. He'll dart inside with a great little whirl over the right shoulder. A tremendous reverse. Looking in the rearview mirror. He laid it up and in over the 6'11" Bryant Williams. Oh, goodness.
Well, on the offensive end, Gary Payton has no angle, yet he creates one with a slither move.
15-11, 4:06 to go first quarter. Rauf, quarter-court left side. Off the ball, a whistle. Down low, McMillan and Stith battling, and a foul on Nate McMillan to the Sonics. That is the second on the 8-year veteran out of North Carolina State.
Kendall Gill already has 2 fouls. Going to take away a lot of aggressiveness from the big guard position from the Sonics.
We're still sitting on the bench. Askew and Pierce do some damage. Starsky and Hutch, they've yet to check in. Cage goes over to the bench. Michael with 3 rebounds and 2 points. Perkins, of course, had a fine rebounding effort against Denver in Game 1 when he garnered 9 boards in 21 minutes. Stith hits the free throw. Bryant Stith.
Sam had a slow start offensively. Really didn't get many touches early, but came on strong in the fourth quarter.
Stith misses the second free throw. The rebound tapped outside, I think, by Kemp. Grabbed by Stith. Keeps to Williams. He stumbles by Kemp. Went up with a left-handed jam that might have been deflected. It came up off the mark. Kemp grabbed the rebound as he was dribbling up the floor. Rogers reaches in, strokes the ball. It appeared off the leg of Kemp and then kicked out of bounds, but it will be awarded to Seattle. Dan Isselwood sprinting up the line that time, pursuing the official. But Seattle will get it nonetheless, leading 15-12. 3:52 to go first quarter. Kemp open floor right side. Off the dribble, takes Williams to the baseline, leans back. In the corner to Schrempf. Back cross court, near wing to Payton. Unloads a 20-footer, he missed it. But McMillan is there to grab the short rebound. Feeds outside to Gary. Into the key, slithers over to Perkins, down low to Detlef. Drops down low, leans back, arcs the back. Right-hander fell off the mark, but drew the foul. And we'll get two at the line.
Excellent drop step, quick and strong from Detlef. Again, Stith, again a big height advantage. And Detlef, here's how do you get 14 free throws in a playoff game like he did Thursday night? Moves like that.
Detlef Schrempf, 13 of 14 from the line. On Thursday night, swings it up, got it. And nobody could have been happier outside of the immediate Indiana Pacer family than Detlef Schrempf. I tell you what, when he talks about the Pacers, he doesn't talk about them in any type of a vindictive manner at all. He's happy to be here. He's happy with the situation, and he's happy to see the Pacers win a club record 47 and take a 2-0 lead over Orlando. He has got a lot of close friends there in Indiana that are playing for that ball club. Ricky Pierce now checks in for the Supersonics, the team with Payton, Perkins, Kemp, and Detlef Schrempf at the line for the second of two.
Pacers are legit.
They are legit, no question. In fact, they remind me a great deal of this Sonic basketball team. The way they pressure and trap and get after things.
Rebounded.
They do. Better rebounding team than Seattle. Here comes Ellis, drives into the lane. Hey, he snuck in for a lay-in. Ellis lays it up and in. And here comes Payton across midcourt. Double team by Pack and Ellis. Spins away, drives into the lane. Finger rolls it up and in. He was nonplussed at midcourt. Looked like it was a turnover ready to happen, Wally, but he just went to the rack.
That's the maturity right there. He was out of control, yet regained it in time to convert for a hoop.
4-point Sonic lead, 3:05 to go first quarter. Pack, corner court right side. Robert Pack, he is a sturdy lad out of USC. Shins it over to Ellis. Peeks over the right shoulder, covered by Perkins, up on his belt buckle. Ellis dribbling down, walks him into the paint, skips it back outside the Pack, over to Ellis, turns, fires, hits nothing but net. LaPhonso Ellis with 5 points, 18-16 to count. Back come the Sonics. Ricky quickly slashes in left to right. Stops. Running a right-hander from 8. No. Rebound. Rodney Rogers to the streaking Pack. One man to beat it. Shawn Kemp over to Williams. Double team. He'll feed to Stith. Into the air he comes. Jackknives to the hole. Banks it in. Drew the foul. And Bryant Stith will go to the line.
A great pass by Bryant Williams over his shoulder flip.
18-18 the count. Denver comes from 7 back to tie the conflict with 2:36 left in the first. We'll return in a moment here on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Stop by the U.S. West booth on the Lower West Concourse and sign up for an additional line. You can also enter to win a free basketball phone or make a complimentary local call. U.S. West Cellular, making the most of your time. Want the secret to quick banking assists? Switch to C-First. With 6 versatile machines at the Seattle Center, cash is always close by. Well, fans, BMG Distribution brings you the Galaxy of Stars, featuring the hottest artists in today's music. The Reality Bites soundtrack, Ace of Base, Crash Test Dummies, Alabama, Kenny G, and many more. Tonight you have the chance to win some of the hottest hits if you happen to be sitting in the lucky section. So keep your eyes on Squatch as he moves through the stands, and he may decide that you're in the lucky section. Thanks again to BMG Distribution and their Galaxy of Stars. These artists are available at your local music retailers.
(18-18) is our score at the barn. 2:36 left here in the first quarter. The Sonics 6 of 18, 33%. Denver 7 of 17, 41%. Sonics have outboarded Denver 12-11. Dan Issel, Wally, has seemingly found a pretty nice combination on the floor right now. He's got smaller, but with much more quickness now that Mutombo's on the bench.
The passing's been much better. Not a great passing club. The Nuggets only average 21 assists per game on the year, but this club has moved the basketball around well and made the open shots.
Stith to the line. Denver takes the lead, rallying from 7 back. Stith playing much better ball here in the first quarter. He has 6 now. They show trap in backcourt on Detlef. Swings it to the middleman Kemp. He'll bring it across midcourt. He's double teamed. Steps between it. Hands to Schrempf into the lane. Brings up a left-handed hook up and in off the window. Boy, was that a pretty left-hander by Detlef.
Textbook break of the press. Get it into the middle at the foul line. You have numbers, and Detlef just able to go straight to the basket. He practiced that left-hand shot for a long time before the game tonight.
20-19 to score. 2:10 to go first quarter. Stith off the screen. Curls 15-footer with Kemp coming at him. Missed it. Rebound Detlef. Jabbed away by Williams. Grabbed by Williams on the baseline. Skips it outside to Ellis. Stolen easily by the glove. Gary Payton gallops across midcourt with a dribble ahead to Ricky. Ricky turns outside. Perkins feeds with a 3. Wide open. He drained it. Sam Perkins had a good second and a half, 2 seconds to think about that one, and he nailed it. 23-19 the score, Seattle.
With an assist to Ricky Pierce.
141 left first quarter play. Robert Pack across midcourt. Pack 6'2", 190 in his 3rd year from USC. Class of 91, a hard chest pass to Stith out of the corner, covered by Kemp. Down low, it's Ellis, fronted by Pierce. Ellis wants the ball on the block. Pack looking that way, but Ricky shuts off the passing lane. Now Ellis pops out. Williams grabs it, turns, fires, missed it. But too much time. He wouldn't have gotten it anyway. Time had expired on the shot clock. Seattle will take it on a violation of the shot clock terms. With 1:22 left in the first period, Seattle's lead is 23-19. And they will take it, Walling, on Denver's. Denver's done a much better job of handling it. That is only their 3rd turnover of the first period.
Denver's a much improved club. They're starting to get the hang of this playoff thing.
4-point Sonic lead, 1:14 to go, first quarter. Gary toys with Pack off a Schrempf pick, feeds to Perkins, right-hand side of the key. He's checked by Williams. Ricky Pierce handles it with Ellis on it. Skips it in low to Perkins. Sam was looking to the baseline when the ball came out and then looked up at Ricky, and the ball had already gone by him on a skip pass. 3rd Sonic turnover.
Sam had a mismatch. It's a good idea from Ricky. I don't know why Sam wasn't ready for that one.
Sonics by 4, 58 seconds to go, first period play, and here comes Robert Pack. Flicks it ahead to Reggie Williams, quarter-court left. Seattle's going to have to roll up the sleeves, put the hard hat on, get those suspenders tightened up. They got to go to work. Denver's got it rolling early. Here's Ellis in the corner, double teamed out to Pack, wide open Jay. They'll concede it. He'll miss it. Rebound tapped outside by Rogers, but grabbed by the sturdy Vinny Askew. Ahead it comes to Ricky. What a great play! Dribbles by Pack, lays it up and in with the left hand. Oh, big paper daddy! How do you do it?
That's a highlight move right there. Great individual effort by Ricky, showing ball handling skills I haven't seen before.
25-19 to score. 6-point Sonic lead. Was that ever a gorgeous play? 19 seconds left in the first quarter. Williams misses the 15-footer. Schrempf comes down with a rebound, whirls it out of backcourt to Ricky, a 3-on-1. Over to Vinny, into the lane, hammered and fouled by Rodney Rogers. And Vinny Askew will shoot 2 with 8 and 7/10 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play. The Sonics can strike so suddenly, so quickly, and so efficiently.
Well, Detlef doing a great job in the defensive glass. Have a small lineup out here. He's got to be one of the main defensive rebounders to go with Perkins, and that time in traffic, he grabbed it and got it out of there.
25-19 to score, 8 and 7/10 seconds remaining in the first period. And here's Askew to the line. The free throw up and in. Ricky Pierce put a tremendous little head and shoulder fake on the man out on the open floor. Slithered by him, slashed to the hole, switched right to left hand and arced it high into the air for the bank. Oh, was that a sweet one.
With his back almost completely turned in the basket.
8-point Sonic lead, 5 seconds left. Packed to midcourt, double team, cross court. Rogers has a 3, you can shoot it. He missed it, air ball. That ends the first period. The Sonics come on as they trail 19-18 and score 8 unanswered points to take a 27-19 lead. We'll be back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Well, Sonic fans, it's now time for the AT&T long distance shootout. Our contestants will have 30 seconds each to shoot 12 balls. The colored balls worth 2 points, all other balls worth 1 point. Our shooters tonight, Dave Hansen of Seattle and Wayne Moan of Rochester. Dave will go first, 30 seconds, ready, set, go. Weston makes all of the baskets. They'll receive 3 long distance for life from AT&T. Next up is Wayne Moan of Rochester. 30 seconds on the clock. Wayne, ready, set, go. By the way, our shooters tonight are going for an AT&T answering machine.
Sonic defense tightened up late in the first quarter, particularly the low post play. You're going to watch Ricky Pierce do a great job. He's going to get stuck right here. Rodney Rogers, watch him move his feet. He's going to get around again and around again as the ball goes over. Seeing the basketball, Rogers flash in front. Ricky's going to push him out of there. You know what? 24-second clock goes off. Too late, fellas.
(27-19) the score. The Sonics down 19-18, going a 9-0 tear to take a lead at the end of one. Ricky Pierce came off the bench and had a tremendous move back there in that first quarter of play. Go ahead, Wally. What happened with Ricky?
Well, right now we're back to live action. We're just ISO on Ricky, so we'll have a chance to look at that one again.
Here's Detlef Schrempf in the corner. Shakes right, goes left into the lane. Covered by Mutombo, lost a handle on the ball, grabbed by Bryant Williams. Seattle shooting 10 of 22, 45% in the first quarter. Denver 7 of 21, 33%. Mutombo on the low block, right side, covered by Perkins. Feeds outside to Pack, and Dikembe will get it back. Down deep, turn, step around move, and a foul. This will be on Sam Perkins for a shove. And it is the first on Perkins. Remember, Mutombo working with 2 fouls. Free throw shooting, Seattle 5 of 9, Denver 3 of 5 in the first quarter, and the Sonics outboarded Denver 15-12.
Mutombo just kind of bogarting his way inside. Sam Perkins just holding position, gets blown for the foul. That's why he's upset, and rightfully so.
27-19 the score. McMillan comes in. Payton will go off. Here's a nice lob pass. Back to the slashing Williams, who finishes it with a two-handed jam. 27-21, Askew outside. Jabs right, goes left, then he comes to the left-hand dribble, puts it in the right hand, missed the shot. 2 men on the ball, Mutombo and Brian Williams, that's a walk. The 2 teammates were wrestling over possession of the basketball, and a walk is called. Dikembe had his head down, Brian Williams had his head down. They looked like 2 bulls that had the horns locked up. They were unable to see each other.
We can see. That looks like 2 little kids, 2 big little kids. Sonic's not a player in sight.
It will be Sonic basketball. Perkins backs in, turns, fadeaway left-hander from 8, in and out. Rebound, Schrempf jabs it away from Mutombo. What a great play from Detlef. He hustles after, leans over Mutombo, strikes it free to the corner, and then Pack jabs it out of bounds.
Doug is so intent in getting on the glass after Sonics punished them in the game 2 nights ago. Are seeing nothing but the weather.
Yeah, they've got the blinders on. Those 2 very obviously did a moment ago. Brian Williams will come out and Tommy Hammonds will check in. So they go a little smaller. Hammonds 6'9" at 255. McMillan will bring it in bounds. 24 on the shot clock. Back baseline right. Rainbows it into Perkins. They'll hand off to Ricky out beyond the 3-point arc. Starts his move on Williams. Drives in, tangled up and fouled. Ricky comes back, has some words for Williams. They chest bump a bit. Bit of bravado there. Now they are broken up. Joey Crawford steps in. And I don't think any technical foul should be called here, gentlemen. Come on, that's a personal foul. And they did a little slack jawing afterwards. Now there's some finger pointing, and now they step up, and Ricky's got an index finger into the chest of Williams. Bill Spooner steps up to separate the 2. Joey Crawford and Bennett Salvatore will straighten it out.
Reggie Williams in a couple confrontations 2 nights ago. He's the least physical guy on the floor, about 6'7", 190. And he's trying to make up for it with the bravado that Kevin described.
Williams with a foul. We know that for a fact. He will get a personal foul.
Flagrant foul number 1 has been called against number 34, Reggie Williams.
Flagrant foul of Reggie Williams.
I don't think so.
I don't either.
First team foul of the quarter. We also have double technical fouls.
Double technical foul.
A technical foul being called on number 34, Reggie Williams, and a technical foul being called on number 22, Ricky Pierce.
Double
Ricky
technical
Pierce to the
against
free
Pierce
throw line
and
for
Williams.
2 shots.
Ricky will get the 2 shots on the flagrant foul 1. And the Sonics lead here by 6, 27-21. Swish, the free throw goes for Ricky Pierce, who finished the year at number 3 in the NBA, 89% from the free throw line.
We should get 3 of them here.
Flicks it up. And missed it.
It's Seattle ball.
So Sonic ball, so the offset, the penalties offset the technical fouls.
Oh, that's right. That's why there's no free throw shot for that double tech.
And McMillan will bring it in bounds. 28-21 the count, 10:45 to go second quarter. So Seattle has a chance at a 3-point play here. Vinny Askew headed the key. Perkins fell down. He gets up. Vinny strokes an 18-footer. Got it. Nothing but net. Vinny Askew with his first field goal. 30-21. The Sonics have a 9-point lead on Denver. 10:29 to go second quarter. McMillan does jumping jacks. Skipping up on the tips of his toes. Head of the key, waiting for Robert Pack to deliver a chest pass to Williams. Covered by Schrempf. In low to Mutombo. Double team. Out to Williams, looking to drive it cross court. Can he'll hang on to it. Send it to Mutombo. Dribble on the floor. Drives into the lane. Double team. Draws the D. Dishes outside, and Pack pulls the string on a 15-footer from the angle just as time had expired on the shot clock. 30-23 to score. Seattle by 7 now. 10 minutes to go, second period. Askew hands off to Perkins. Vinny will get it back. Vinny, left-hand side of the arc. Right to the left-hand dribble, but Rogers answers him, shuffling his feet, moving laterally beautifully for a big man. Outside to Schrempf, cuts him with the left hand, puts the D. Mutombo on his back, blocks the shot. It's grabbed by Pack. Here come the Nuggets. Robert Pack juggles the ball into the lane. Outside to Williams, slings an arrow inside of Mutombo, who turns and is fouled by Perkins. And that will send Mutombo to the line for 2 shots. The foul on Sam Perkins is his second. 9:40 left, second period play. Sonics lead the Nuggets 30-23 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Gentlemen, will you please welcome the Sonics Dance Team, sponsored by Reebok. The Sonics Dance Team.
By 7, 9:40 to go in the second quarter. Reggie Williams just called a moment ago with a technical foul as he and Ricky Pierce got tangled up. Both called with technical fouls. Ricky going to the line on the flagrant foul called to Reggie Williams and splitting a pair. Reggie probably a little upset, a little frustrated. He has just the 3 points to show for his efforts this afternoon.
On 1 for 8 shooting.
And he hit the 3 and then has missed 7 straight since then.
And he's had open shots. He's had good looks, and he's in there to make that shot.
Here's Dikembe Mutombo. Jumbo Mutombo to the line. The free throw rattles out. Mutombo, 3 points in this ball game, has not yet gotten a rebound. He has 2 assists and at least 1 block that I know of, and he has changed a couple of shots. Changed a couple of minds.
Bennett Salvatore keeps giving him the call every time he goes to the basket. And Hammonds and Detlef were into it again. They had a little altercation the other night.
Yeah, Detlef slips up and falls to the floor. That allows Perkins to sneak in over his fallen body to grab the rebound. Here, the Sonics now with it. Askew's double team, ball stripped away by Pack, but hustled out to get it was Perkins. Well, the Sonics were down on the shot clock. Peter McMillan to the cutter. It's Perkins, and he sweeps with a left-handed lay, and the won't go. Stith has the rebound, nearly upended by his own teammate. Mutombo fell twice, got up, and then flopped again. Here's Pack the other way, spins into the lane, switches left to right hand. Tried to angle it over Detlef Schrempf. Good play by Detlef. Forced Pack into the missed shot. Rebound claimed by Perkins. Out to Nate. Spots a seam. Drives inside. Draws the D. Kicks to Det. His shot blocked by Williams. Grabbed by Hammonds. Out of backcourt. Robert Pack ahead to Reggie Williams. Missed his last 7. Perkins jabs it away. Knocks Williams down. It comes to Pack. He drives into the lane. His feed to Mutombo. Deflected by Detlef up and out of bounds. And Denver will get it with 8:51 left in the first half, and the Sonics leading Denver 30-23.
Denver is a lot more aggressive defensively, putting pressure on out front, swiping the basketballs, helping out better, moving their feet. It's not going to be as easy for the Sonics to rack the points up.
No, it won't be easy to rack them up. Here's Williams to bring it in bounds. He'll toss to Mutombo down on the low block, scoops it outside the Pack, which rhymes with rack. He tried to throw it on a pick and roll to Mutombo, deflected out of bounds. And it will be Denver basketball. 8:47 to go, second quarter. Sonics leading the Nuggets 30-23. Williams will bring it in bounds. He's been a hard luck customer. Feeds into Hammonds right beneath the rim. Tangled up by Pierce, and a foul called in on the veteran Ricky Pierce beneath the lid.
Nuggets have really executed their inline out of bounds plays extremely well. They've gotten the ball inside twice now.
8:45 to go, second quarter. 30-23. Robert Pack. High pick and roll, hands to Hammonds. Not much of a screen set there. Pack stumbles into the lane, gives off to Mutombo. He'll come up and jam it down. Dikembe with 5 points. 30-25 to score. 8:31 to go, second quarter. Vinny Askew, corner court left, comes off the Perkins screen. Vinny with a chest pass to Ricky off the Perkins pick, feeds back outside. Vinny will save it in midcourt. 14 on the shot clock. Pursued, double team. Cross court to Kemp. Boys, he was quiet. Kemp a floater, 18-footer, short. And over the rim, over the glass, and out of bounds.
George Karl said Shawn Kemp would play 40 minutes tonight unless he got in foul trouble. And he just has that 1 3-point play on the reverse dunk early and not a hoop since.
He hasn't shot well either. He's 1 of 7. The Sonics are 11 of 29 as a team, 38%. 30-25, Sonics by 5. 8 minutes to go, second period. Boy, Mutombo wants that leather. He's on the block. He fights hard to get it. Double team by Perkins and Kemp. Outside he finds Stith. He'll juggle the ball. Now starts his drive. Splits the D in. He comes finger roll. Beauty won't go. Deflected out. Hammonds can't get it. Goes between his wickets. Rolls outside to Ricky Pierce, who will now horse it across midcourt with the left hand. Now the right hand dribble. Pulls up. Flicks outside to Vinny Askew. Hands to Kemp. Leaves it behind the back for Vinny. Off the Kemp pick. Pursued and double teamed. Over there by Stith and Williams. Then he will sidewind it. Cross court to McMillan. Now to Ricky. Sways right. Goes left. Elevates. Flips and hits. Ricky Pierce. Man, that barely rippled the twine. He has 5 points. 7:25 to go, second quarter. And Seattle's lead is 7.
That's where Ricky bails you out. Sonics have very good little going offensively. He gets it with 7 seconds left in the clock and gets himself a good look.
32-25. Denver working it around. Hammonds out of the wing. Finds Williams. Up fake. Drives in. Met by Perkins. Hands to Mutombo. A challenge Kemp at the rack. It goes off the back rim. Rebound inside. Spinning is Williams. Off balance left-hander. No. McMillan jabs the ball ahead. Up into front court. Goes sprawling into the crowd. Pierce has it in front court. Cross court to Perkins. Looking for a 3. Won't take it. Feeds to Vinny. Vinny down low. Kemp has a step on a man. It was Pack holding him by the arm. And the foul on Robert Pack will not send Kemp to the line. It is the second Nugget foul here of the quarter. A tremendous play by Nate McMillan to save that ball inbounds and get the Sonics on a break. With 6:53 left in the second quarter, the Sonics lead it by 7, 32. 6:53 to go in the first half, and the Sonics lead the Nuggets 32-25. Both teams having difficulty finding the range. Seattle 7 of 30, 40% shooting from the field. Denver 10 of 28, 36%. Seattle still owns the glass, 19-16. Shawn Kemp leading them with 6 rebounds. Sonic basketball with a 7-point lead in the glove. Gary Payton back in the lineup. Just pass over to Askew. Out of the corner. No raise. No five. Just did catch some rim. Came down into the hands of Stith to Pack. His bullet pass in traffic deflected by Perkins. Up and out of bounds over to the Denver bench. And this will be, wow, Denver basketball. That thing was thrown at high velocity by Pack out of backcourt. It was a laser.
Well, that's why Pack averages over 3 turnovers a game. He will take risks. Vinny Askew and Dan Itzel yucking it up by the Denver bench.
Here's Robert Pack with it right of the key. Sends it to Mutombo. Mid-block left side. Double team. Leans back. Tosses a pass across the lane. Williams grabs it. Up fakes into the air. His shot is sent off the mark by Kemp. Good defense inside. Air ball grabbed by Perkins. Sends it to Vinny. Skips it across quarter court right. Payton unleashes another 3, and bingo, down it goes. Payton with 2 3-pointers and 10 points. And the Sonics have their largest lead of the night, up by 10.
Gary had just checked back in.
35-25 the score. 5:58 to go, second period. Robert Pack outside. Yo-yo's the dribble. He's standing still. He feeds to the postman. It's Mutombo. 14 feet from the hole. Stop, spin, step around, hook, won't go, fell short over Perkins, rebound grabbed by Vinny. Snakes his way through traffic, feeds over to Ricky, down on the wing. Working on the 2-year player from Virginia, Stith, comes off the Kemp pick. Shawn rolls, gets the ball, but out in the corner with it. He'll take the side-winding dribble into the key, try to skip it outside to Gary. It's deflected by Williams out of bounds, and Seattle will take it.
Replacing Robert Pack.
Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf has been on the bench for a long time. Robert Pack will come in to the bench, and Rauf will check in.
Pack did a good job, give a little penetration, get some easy shots. Something that Abdul-Rauf doesn't do that much of.
10-point Sonic lead. Gary Payton wants to take Rauf down deep, and he will. He dribbles in, double team, no look pass out to Kemp. 15-footer, got it from the baseline. Rain Man with 5. Gary Payton again, we mentioned it. Very cool, very collected, didn't panic. Just found the ball and flicked it out to the open man.
Shawn put a little extra loft on that jump shot, much more than he usually does from that spot.
12-point Sonic lead, their largest. Williams corner court left, feeds to Ellis. Up fakes, drives into the lane. In traffic, over Kemp, won't go. Kemp in a tip match with Mutombo, wins it by deflecting it out to Perkins. He'll wheel it up the floor to Kendall Gill. Gill shovels his feet into the key, over to Ricky. Immediately lowers his head and shoulders, darts to the baseline, but Williams turns him outside. Ricky maintains his dribble. He fakes him, he drives him. He had it tipped away, grabbed by Stith. He will go the distance and jam it down. Stith with 8 points. It's a 10-point Sonic lead. 4:36 left in the first half. Gill and Kemp, Perkins, Pierce, and Payton for Seattle. Williams and Rauf, Ellis, Mutombo, and Stith for Denver. Sam has it, back to the basket. The big left-hander out of Carolina. Walks his man down into the paint, turns on Ellis. 14-foot floater off the mark, Mutombo. Comes up with a rebound. Dikembe. Well, that's his first board of the night. Up it comes to Rauf. Mahmoud skips it inside. Ellis double team. He'll turn. 15-foot floater falling away. No. High rebound gathered in by Payton. Here they come. 4 on 3. Gary darts between both Williams and Mahmoud. Fouled by Williams, who hangs on. Rauf leaned in and slashed. They're going to call the foul on Rauf. It's his second and the shooting foul sends Payton to the line for a deuce.
Sonics have all 5 players getting out in the break. Both the wings players blazing to the basket, 2 trailers, and Gary just splits the seam.
Shooting 2.
Payton from Oregon State, class of 90. He was the Sports Illustrated Player of the Year his senior year at Oregon State, made the cover, and then of course this week made the cover of Sports Illustrated. He missed the free throw. 59% free throw shooter this year. Payton figures to be named first team all defense this year.
He has a shot to be named first team all pro.
Payton hits the free throw, 38-27 to score. Payton with 11. Seattle leading here by 11. 3:56 to go, second quarter. Williams sneaks across midcourt. He is hunched over the dribble. 6'7", leading down over the dribble, covered by Pierce over to Rauf. Quick release. Boom! Down it goes from 20 feet left side. Rauf with 4. 38-29 the score. 3:42 to go. Payton comes right back. Flings up a jumper. Ellis got a piece of it. Came up short. Ricky grabs it beneath the rim. He'll shovel it up and in with a hook over Mutombo. Mutombo has not been a presence inside tonight. not like he has during the course of the year, where he led the league in blocks 4 a game and was 6th in rebounding at 12 a game. He only has 1 block and 1 board.
Ricky should give a clinic about how to use your body to protect the basketball when you're inside.
11-point lead. Williams backdoor lob. It's Ellis cutting to the baseline, grabbing it and jamming it. LaPhonso with 5 points. He can just flat go to get it.
Just a high-low play. Ellis pinning his man and spinning inside as the ball went to the high post. That's textbook.
9-point Sonic lead. 3:05 to go. Second quarter. Gill. Left-hand side, quarter court, working in front of his own bench. Skips it to Kemp. Backs down to Mutombo. High dribble, swings up the high hook. It hangs on the rim and falls. It is good. And Kemp, with a nice play, has 7 points. Shawn Kemp coming up big on that little roundhouse hook over Mutombo.
What do you do against a shot blocker? You take it into his body so he can't jump straight up. That's what Shawn did, what Michael Cage did earlier, and Ricky Pierce as well.
And you have to shoot that hook shot, don't you? I mean, that hook shot is such a great shot when you take it in on a big guy. Second period play. Seattle continues to out-rebound Denver, 24-18. Sonics 16 of 37, 43% for the game. Denver 13 of 35, 37%. Seattle from the line 7 of 13. Denver 4 of 9. And the Denver Nuggets will take care of the ball. The Sonics have had 5 turnovers. Denver with 4. So here we come now with 2:44 left in the second period. To the free throw line, and Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf heading to the line. 11-point Sonic lead, 2:44 left. Rauf, 25th in the league in scoring, 18 a game. He's from Gulfport, Mississippi, formerly Chris Jackson, of course, graduated from LSU. Did not graduate. Left after his sophomore year. Class would have been the class of '92, now in his 4th year. Same class that Shawn Kemp would have been in when he finished 4 years of college. And here's Rauf hitting both free throws. 42-33 to score. 2:41 to go. First half play. Payton across midcourt. Back pedals across with Rauf on his hip. Feeds over to Gill. Right-hand side of the three-point arc. 11 on the shot clock. Payton mid-block right side. Detlef backing down on Reggie Williams off the ball. A whistle. Illegal defense on the Denver Nuggets. It is a warning. Sonics will get a reset of the shot clock. And with 2:27 left in the first half, leading 42-33, will bring it in bounds. Payton and Kemp along with Schrempf, Gill, and Cage on the deck right now.
Mutombo wasn't within 20 feet of Michael Cage that time.
Gill to Payton, down low to Detlef, back to Payton, over to Kendall, darts in, double teamed, over to Gary, out of the corner, another three, in and out, and back in again, and then rattles out. Ellis with a rebound, hands to Rauf. Splits a D across midcourt. Man, is he quick. Hesitates with the dribble into the lane. Lean in, 12-foot pop. Rattles off. Mutombo slaps at it, keeps it alive off glass. Schrempf is there, juggles it ahead to Gill. Over to Kemp, in he comes, he'll dart to the glass. Spun around in midcourt, tried to loop it up just to get a shot off and draw a foul, and he did. And it's on Dikembe Mutombo. It is the third foul on the big man. With 1:56 to go, Issel immediately will pull the string and get out the hook. And Mutombo will come over to the bench now for Brian Williams.
Shawn, the head of steam, would have put the cap on this and even Mutombo back there, but Reggie Williams knocked him off stride with the leg. But it was good for the Sonics because Mutombo got back just in time to pick up foul number 3.
Sonics leading by 9. Shawn Kemp will go to the line. Seattle's largest lead, 12 points here in the second quarter. Kemp dips his knees, swings it up, and the free throw rattles in there. Kemp tonight with 8 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists. He's hit 3 of 9 from the field, 2 of 2 from the stripe, where the Sonics are 8 of 14. Second one up, no. Rebound, Brian Williams. Quiet crowd, 10-point Sonic lead, 1:51 to go, second quarter. Williams whirls out of backcourt on a solid pick set by Brian Williams. Detlef Schrempf recovers to pick up Reggie Williams between the rings. Williams again spins into the lane with a double dribble. With a dribble, darts between 2 players. Missed the shot. Cage forced him into a tough one. Cage with a rebound up to Gill, over to Detlef.
Reggie Williams is having a horrendous night.
Yes, he is. Look at those shooting numbers. He's missed his last 10 in a row. Here's Kemp, drives into the lane. Power move, drops it to Gary, leans back. His shot deflected by Ellis. Grabbed by Stith. Bryant Stith up the floor. Cross midcourt to Williams. Into the paint, to the glass. Whirls it up and got it. He missed 10 in a row before that, after that lay-in. Now here's Ellis. He steals a Sonic inbounds pass from Kemp. Took it right at Shawn, fended him off with the right arm and the body, and then laid it up with the left hand. The shot will not count, and Ellis picks up the foul.
Sonics are very fortunate. Reggie Williams, nice move right here to break that string of 10 misses. Then Shawn trying to get the ball out quickly, just throws it right to Ellis, as Ellis just simply turns around and gets his hands in it.
9-point Sonic lead, 1:02 to go, second period. Detlef with a basketball. Double teamed on the block, out to Gill for a 3-stroke. Got it, Kendall Gill. 3 balls straight ahead. He has 5 points. No bumper at all on that one. 46-34 the count. Seattle by 12 with 49 seconds left, so they've equaled their largest lead of the night. Actually, that is, no, it is not their largest lead. Here is Williams with it. 11-point Sonic spread. 38 seconds left. Williams down low to Brian Williams. Lost the handle, got it back, leans in, lays it home with the left hand. Brian Williams with 4 points. Seattle's lead is 9. Gill comes back the other way. Down the left side he comes with Stith on him. Then quickly put a left to right hand behind the back dribble that went right by Stith. Is hammered as he goes into the lane. And will go to the line for 2 shots.
He's had 2 great and quick behind the back dribbles. This one he's going full speed. Look at that agility. He leaves Bryant Stith on the floor. It's so quick.
Ellis picks up the foul, a second. Kendall Gill goes to the line. He's shooting 2. Kendall had a 2 for 8 night in 24 minutes against Denver in game 1, but he did have 7 rebounds. Gill hits the free throw.
Nuggets doing a much better job getting back on defense. That's something Dan Issel wanted to emphasize in his practice yesterday, and it looks like where they're playing, it has worked.
Perkins will step in for Shawn Kemp, who I believe has only picked up, just the 2 fouls. Here's Gill now to the line. Brings it up and it rolls out. So he splits a pair. Ellis has the rebound, and here come the Nuggets. 26 seconds left. 47-37 the score. The Sonics leading the Nuggets by 10. Rauf across midcourt in a holding pattern, dribbling between the rings. Payton will just stand still, chewing the gum, looking at him. Rauf will give to Williams. Hard cut down the left side. Lost his footing. Managed to get rid of it to Stith. Cross court to Rauf. Fires a 3. Not in time. No basket. 24-second shot clock violation. The second of the first half on Denver. Gives it back to Seattle with a 10-point lead. 5 and 2/10 seconds remaining. Sonics' Michael Cage will come out. Shawn Kemp will come in with Perkins and Gill, Payton and Detlef Schrempf. Schrempf will bring it inbounds in backcourt with Gary Payton. And he will hand off to Kemp. He comes to midcourt with it. Kemp over to Schrempf for a 3. Got it! Yes, indeed! Oh, punch the ticket and take me home.
And Brian Williams kicks the Sonics cooler onto the floor. He's so frustrated after getting faced up on that play.
And I think a delay of game warning on Denver has been called. It will be called on Denver as Detlef Schrempf hits the 3. And the Sonics lead at 50-37. Now there's 1/10 of a second left on the clock. That's enough time to throw it in and deflect it.
Had the refs seen what happened, that would have been a tack on Williams.
Williams might get a little work across the street at McNichols Arena there for the Broncos this coming fall. That was a heck of a kick. Denver will bring it in bounds, and that ends the first half. Sonics have a 13-point lead on a Detlef Schrempf three-pointer. 50-37 at half. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Smoking is prohibited in the Coliseum, except for areas provided on the upper concourse ramps at the northwest and southeast corners of the Coliseum. We ask that you limit your smoking to these designated areas. Thank you.
The Sonics are switching this team in the NBA. It's been very effective for them, but sometimes they get caught in a mismatch. Right there you see Gary Payton down low. Bryant Williams came inside. An 8-inch height advantage, ends up with an easy layup. And here we're going to see a play. Here's a pick and roll, and we're going to see Kendall Gill end up down here with Ellis. Now he's fronting. The Sonics love to front. The pass is going to come to the high post, over the top, lob. Beautiful play, and Kendall Gill pays for that switch. Right here, 1 second left. There's a snap, they're set. It's up. What's the play? Detlef says it's good. 3 points Denver.
All right, welcome back here at half. The Sonics lead the Denver Nuggets 50-37. Shooting in the second quarter, the Denver Nuggets and the Sonics didn't really light it up much. Denver 8 of 18, 44%. Seattle 8 of 19, 42%. Sonics, of course, had the advantage at the free throw line, a slim advantage, 4-2. Denver outboarded the Sonics in the second quarter, 7-6. For the first half, Denver 16 of 39, 41%. Seattle 22 of 39, 56. The Sonics went to the line, hit 17 out of 21. The Denver Nuggets free throw shooting 6 of 11. Now, hold on a second. At halftime, Seattle 9 out of 17 from the line, and Denver 6 of 11, 54% from the free throw line.
The assists we better talk about too.
In other words, we shouldn't even have this graphic on our pay-per-view.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes.
Thank you. Get rid of that noise. The Sonics had 11 assists. Denver had 10 steals. Seattle 2, and Denver had 4 turnovers. Denver 5 and Seattle 6. 7 turnovers for 17 Sonic points. Denver had the 7 turnovers for 17 Sonic points, and the Supersonics had 6 turnovers for 4 Denver points. Shooting from the field, 44% Seattle, 18 of 41. Denver at 15 of 39, 38%. Now, Seattle from three-point range, 5 of 8, 62%. That is a key stat. Denver was 1 of 3. Three-pointers hit by 2 by Payton, 1 by Schrempf, and 1 by Kendall Gill, and 1 from Sam Perkins. Great three-point shooting, 5 of 8, 62% for the Sonics from three-point range. Now, individually, they were led in scoring by Payton's 11 points. He had 3 assists, 3 boards, 2 steals. 8 points for Kemp with 6 rebounds, 3 assists. 6 points and a rebound for Detlef. 2 points, 4 rebounds for Cage. 6 points, 2 assists, 2 boards for Kendall Gill. Off the bench, McMillan and Perkins each had 3, but Perkins had 5 boards. Ricky 7 points, 2 rebounds. Vinny 4 points and 2 boards. Everybody got a piece of that rebounding total, Waller.
They did a nice job, and Shawn Kemp shut down the basket. That's a large part of the reason why Denver's shooting so badly. Denver, the leading shot block club in the NBA this season, has 3 in the first half. Shawn Kemp has 4 of the Sonic 5 blocks.
Sonics outscored Denver 23-18 in the second period of play. The Denver Nuggets were led in the first half by the 7 points and 5 rebounds of LaPhonso Ellis. 5 points, 4 assists, 4 boards for Reggie Williams. He hit a 3, folks, and then he missed 10 in a row before snagging another jump shot. 2 for 12 shooting then total for Reggie Williams in the first half. Mutombo 5 points, 2 assists, as Wally mentioned. Defensively, not much of a factor. He did have the 1 rebound. Dikembe had 1 block and 1 board. 6 points to Rauf on 2 of 4 shooting, and Stith had 8 points, 3 boards. 4.6 rebounds for Bryant Williams, and then really no other contribution off of that Denver bench. So we're set now for third quarter play, and we roll into action with the Supersonics in possession of the basketball, and handling it is Detlef Schrempf. Drives into the lane, running right-hander, blocked by Ellis, and a goaltend called on Ellis. So Detlef Schrempf will get the basket, and he has 8 points for the contest. And Seattle has a 52-37 lead. An advantage of 15 for the Supersonics, their largest lead here of the ball game. At midcourt, they feed it low to Mutombo. He backs, he turns, he's double teamed, goes in for a two-handed jam. Mutombo got it down deep, and when a guy 7'2" can get it that close to the basket, it's pretty easy for him. Outside 15-footer. This one from Payton, he got it. Gary Payton.
Speaking of easy, Kevin, Abdul-Rauf makes no effort to get through that screen. Gary wide open at the free throw line.
15-point Sonic lead. Rauf, corner-court toss to Reggie Williams out high on the left. Back to Rauf, over to Stith. Looking low for Rodney Rogers, fronted by Detlef Schrempf. To make that Ellis now starting, I beg your pardon. It's LaPhonso Ellis. Williams driving left side, kick out pass. Rauf slings up a 20-footer and hit it. 8 points for Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. 54-41 the score, 10:48 to go third quarter.
He does that as well as anybody in the game. Shoot that 20-footer.
Payton will skip it low to Kemp. He's double teamed by Rauf and Mutombo. Out to Gary, strolls into the alley, feeds over to Detlef, gives it back to Gary, who was in deep, too deep. Spent too much time in low. 3 seconds in the lane. Whistled on the Supersonics. Michael Cage. So Denver will take it back. 10:37 left in the third, and Seattle leading by 13. Wall.
Sonics could have had 2 or 3 open shots in that play. They kept turning it down for a better one. And of course, the teammates stuck inside trying to get offensive rebound position.
54-41 the score. Rauf with the ball between the rings, working on Payton. Gives way to Reggie Williams. He's covered closely by Detlef Schrempf. Reggie slings it over the roof. Stops. 15-foot floater up. No. Rebound tapped up and in. Ellis came over the top of Gill to deflect it up and in. Ellis with 7 points. Seattle will bring it back.
Yeah, and this is game plan now is play Reggie Williams at the point forward and run Abdul-Rauf off screens, try to get him free for some jumpers.
11-point Sonic lead. Kemp on the low block right side. Drop step spin. Drives by Ellis. Fouled. He was kneed out there by Ellis. It was on the floor before the shot, and it's the third on LaPhonso Ellis. Seattle will bring it in bounds, leading 54-43. Gary Payton high on the left side, feeds to Gill, juggles the ball, got airborne, 17-footer off the mark. That slight adjustment he had to make might have cost him the jumper, as he just did bobble it around knee level before bringing it up around his visage for the J. Here's Williams. Hook pass to Rauf, 17-footer floating away off the heel of the iron. Good follow-up tip by Stith, but it's too strong. Grabbed by Schrempf, up the floor to Payton, whirls away from Rauf across midcourt. 2 men to beat. Takes Williams in line left. Reggie bongos the ball free, just hacked it. And then Stith grabbed it, rolled to the floor, and was tied up. And we have, what, a held ball, a jump ball? No, man out of bounds. Reggie Williams fell down there next to a cameraman, and I think he actually made contact with the lens. Caught the right buttock on the lens down there, and he is banged up a little bit and comes over to the bench. Dan Issel wants Joey Crawford to move the photographer's back. Not that it's going to do much good now. So we have a 20-second timeout now on the floor with 9:33 to go here in the third quarter, and the Sonics leading 54-43.
Reggie Williams makes a hard swipe, and you can see he was knocked off balance and then followed through. He's sprawled over the camera crew down there.
This is an official taco timeout. Time for you to be thinking about those delicious made-to-order chicken soft tacos, tostada salads, other taco time favorites. Take a taco timeout before the game or on the way home. And remember, any time is taco time. 54-43 the score. 9.5 minutes to go third quarter. The Sonics leading the Nuggets. Payton will bring it in bounds. Flicks it to Gill off the cage pick. Long J banked it up and in. Kendall Gill from the left side, 15 feet out.
That was sweet. Nuggets do a poor job again getting through the screen. Nobody switched out. Kendall wide open.
Now we have a whistle as Rauf penetrates left side. It's going to be called in low on the Sonics. Michael Cage. Second foul on Michael Cage. Tried to send Mutombo into tomorrow with a right elbow. 9:22 left third quarter. The Sonics on Monday will play the Nuggets in Game 3 in Denver. With it now, Stith on the inbounds, left-hand side of the key. Stith stops, feeds to Roof, double team pursued by Payton and Gill. They got Payton off his feet and then leaned into him for the bump foul. Payton second.
That was on number 20.
9:14 to go, third quarter. The Sonics up by 13.
Abdul-Rauf again coming off the screen. This time Stith running from the point. Nice head shoulder fake. Gary commits.
Rogers will bring it in bounds for Denver. Mutombo coming to the ball side. Dikembe will get it. Back to Rogers. Flings the left-hander out of the pocket. He missed it. Rebound to Ellis. Reloads to Stith. Over to Raouf. Off the Ellis pick. Long J came up short. Ellis grabs the rebound. Steps into the lane. Slings up an 8-footer. Got it. LaPhonso Ellis has 9 points. 56-45 to score. The Sonics lead is 11. 8:54 to go, third quarter. Raouf plays Payton's right hip. Payton comes off the Kemp pick. Raouf fights under the pick. Gives to Gill. Floats another one up. Missed it. Schrempf comes up to the rebound. Deflects it to the sideline. Nobody there. Out of bounds it goes. Denver basketball. Denver leather. And now they'll bring it up with Stith. Ed Manning it, left-hand side quarter court. In low to Mutombo. Back outside to Raouf. Nothing but net from 15 feet. 56-47 the score. Sonics lead it by 9. 8:26 to go in the third. Gill with it. Quarter court right. Feeds it left side to Payton. Down low to Kemp. He'll drive by Ellis. Tried to go up with a reverse that Mutombo blocked easily. Snuffed it. Deflects it out of bounds. It will be awarded to Seattle with 10 on the shot clock.
If Mutombo can come over and help out after somebody else has bodied up the offensive player, he's going to get a block shot every single time.
Schrempf will bring it in bounds to Gary with 8 on the shot clock. Gary darts in with a left-hand dribble, double team, fires a pass to Cage, over to Kemp, 18-footer off the mark. Rebound to Mutombo. Dikembe will get the outlet pass to Raouf. He'll sling it to Rogers, runs into the lane, slants to the hole, deflected by Schrempf. They say Detlef was on him, climbing his flank. Crowd wanted a walk on that delivery from Raouf.
Foul is on number 11, Detlef Schrempf.
Wow, sure looked like it to me. Goodness.
In the NBA, you often get 2 steps, which is technically a walk. He took at least twice that.
That looked like an old Charlie Chaplin routine, you know, when he hits the banana peel and starts slipping around.
I thought it looked like Wall of Payton. I saw him sitting over there, so he was going to pack the leather and start running with it.
Rogers hits the free throw. Rodney Rogers' first point of the game. And didn't do much in game 1 with 3 points and 2 boards. 8:01 to go, third quarter play, 56-48, look out. Denver coming back from 15 down. Rogers hits both free throws.
They're going to show their full court pressure, which they like to do after made free throws.
7-point Sonic lead. Kemp handles it in backcourt, loops it to the middleman Gill. He'll stroll right up into the lane, draw the double team, and flick out on the wing to Schrempf. Detlef back to the basket, working on Raouf. They're going to open up the floor for Detlef. He'll spin to the baseline. Raouf reaches in, strips him of the ball, and a foul called on Mahmoud. Third on Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, and it sends Detlef Schrempf to the line in the act of shooting. 7:47 left in the third, second team foul on the Nuggets.
Detlef going to the mismatch before Rogers can come over on the double team.
Shooting 2.
Mahmoud thinks he had all basketball.
Schrempf free throws in. Detlef Schrempf for Derek McKee. Both players had outstanding years with their new ball clubs. Detlef's free throw up and in. Schrempf with 10 points. 7:47 to go in the third. Seattle leading by 9. 58-49. Stith feeds to Mutombo, set out wide on the far wing. He'll send it into Ellis, head of the key, over to Rogers for a 3. Bam, down it goes. Rodney Rogers hits the 3. He had 35 of 92 during the course of the year. Now Stith breaks up a play here along the sideline. Tried to save it in bounds, couldn't do it. Went sprawling into the first row of fans.
Rogers, 2'7", or 6'7", at least 260, has got a sweet stroke.
58-52, Sonics lead by 6, 7:26 to go here in the third quarter. Working with the basketball outside, Gary Payton. Comes off his Schrempf pick, glides to the left side, jump switch, Rogers on Payton, forces him outside. Gary face to the basket, 6 in the shot clock, steps out beyond the three-point ring where he's hit twice, feeds to Schrempf, back to Gary for a 3, in and out. Rebound deflected and grabbed by Michael Cage in a tip match. Out to Kendall. He thought about a 3, had a notion, sets up Rogers with a dribble, drives in, double teamed, over to Kemp from 15 on the wing, no. Grabs his rebound, tried to dribble by Ellis, jabbed away by Ellis. In backcourt it comes to Rogers. He eludes Payton. Up the floor, tosses it end line left to Stith. 6:46 to go here in the third quarter. 58-52. Seattle had a 15-point lead. Denver's come back methodically to trim it to 6. Ellis with the ball, 15 feet from the hole, flings it up, short arm it, in and out. All white on the ball, but tapped away. Kemp is there to grab it. Kemp sends it to Gill. Kendall up the floor to Gary, darts into the lane, triple teamed out to Det, fakes the 3, slants it with a left-hand dribble, hesitates, stops, leans back over Rogers, knocked down, no autopsy, no foul. High rebound, grabbed by Stith from behind, picked away by Kemp. 3-on-1 the other way, no look feed, Cage to the glass, leans in and lays it home. Back come the Nuggets, they'll throw it up the floor to Rogers in front court left side. Seattle leading by 8, 60-52. 6:03 left in the third. Rauf over to Rogers.
Sonics haven't gotten much in transition this ball game either. Had off an awkward steal in the backcourt.
Rogers takes Schrempf off the dribble, but then ran into Cage, who picks him clean, centers it to Gill. Up he comes for a bone-jarring two-handed jam that hit the rim and bounded out. He is fouled by Stith. He will head to the line. The jam goes off the brace and out. And with 5:48 to go in the third quarter, Gill will have to earn him at the line. Confidently here in this third quarter. It's 6 of 12. Seattle 4 of 11 from the field. And Denver has out-rebounded Seattle 7-4.
Taking care of the basketball, getting shots. When they get shots, they have a chance to get the offensive board tonight.
The Sonics led in scoring tonight by the 13 of Gary Payton. Gary has 4 assists to go with the 13 points. Rebounding honors held by Kemp with 8. He also has 8 points. A deuce for Kendall. The free throw up and in. He'll get another. Kendall Gill from Illinois, class of 90, now in his 4th year. Teammate of his, Steve Bardo, was named the Defensive Player of the Year in the CBA for the 2nd consecutive year. Gill hits the second free throw, 10 for Kendall Gill. It was Bardo that many people believed on that Illinois team would play well in the NBA.
Yeah, I'd seen him a little bit playing for Dallas last year. I thought he had NBA potential.
62-52, 10-point Sonic lead. Down low, Mutombo with it on the block. Backs in on Cage. Reverse pivot, swings up the hook. It hangs on the rim and falls off. Cage slashed in with the left hand to get him and foul him. And Mutombo will go to the line. 3rd foul on Michael Cage. What about the tempo of this game, Wally? It
slow.
has the earmarks of being under a 100-point game.
The all-time Nugget playoff record was set by them Thursday night, just 82 points, and they were on track to be below that in this game, although now they've heated up here in the third quarter with just much better half-court offensive execution.
Mutombo hits the free throw. He has 8 points. Dan Issel figures it's the only way his team has a chance to beat Seattle. Slow it up, get it in a half-court set.
That's exactly right, and of course that gives Mutombo a chance to set up defensively, and then it gets very difficult to score, except from perimeter.
Dikembe hit the first, missed the second. Shawn Kemp reaches out with that right arm and snares that rebound. Seattle's out rebounding Denver, 31-29. Kemp with 9 boards for the night. Payton down low to Kemp on the block, works on Mutombo. Drop steps, pivots on the left foot, tosses outside to Gill, looks at the three-point arc, sets up Stith, hesitates, stumbles into the lane, flips it outside. Gary from 18, no. Rebound, grabbed by Ellis, outlet pass Rauf across midcourt. Rogers streaking ahead, picked up by Schrempf. Rauf feeds to the second man through it. Stith angles to the baseline, wriggles into the air. Missed a 5-foot runner. Gill comes away with the rebound. He'll bring it across midcourt. Jump pass ahead to Detlef. Centers to Kemp, trailing on the play into the lane. Hooks it outside to Det. 15 on the shot clock. Kemp cross court. Quarter court right with a cage. He'll make the recovery outside to Gill for 3. No. Rattles off the rim. Rogers with a rebound. Rodney Rogers across midcourt. Look at him go. 6'7" and 250, hacked away by Payton. Good hack. Ellis picks it up. Out to Rogers for a 3. Got it. Rogers hit one earlier from the very same point. He has 8 points, 2 3-pointers.
Best thing that happened to the Nuggets this third quarter is Reggie Williams had to go to the bench with an injury. Rogers comes in and gives him a big lift.
6-point Sonic lead, 62-56, 4:21 to go. Here's Schrempf, drives into the lane, running right-hander, no. Page comes over Mutombo for the rebound. Brings it out into the key and hands to Kemp. Jab steps right, goes left, challenges Mutombo, backs him off, hands to Michael, he can't handle it. Grabbed by Detlef in the lane, outside to Gary. Darts in, sprints to the glass, lays a high. Left-hander up and over, Dikembe Mutombo. Gary Payton with 15 points on a beautiful take to the glass. That is our Sonics Horizon Air instant replay.
That was a gorgeous play. Mutombo went right up with it. Gary's put a little extra loft on it.
Rauf the other way, pull-up jumper, missed it. Rebound, Schrempf, 3:47 to go, third quarter. Detlef the other way. Stops, down low, Gary posted, whirls away, follow-away jumper over Mutombo, in and out. Kept the rebound, steps up, fakes in with the left hand. Mutombo blocks it away. Loose in the lane, grabbed by Ellis, out ahead to Rauf. 2-on-1, challenges Schrempf, sends it to Rogers. He'll lay it up and in with a reverse left hand. Rogers with 10 third quarter points. 64-58, Sonics by 6, 3:23 to go in the third quarter. And across midcourt comes Gary Payton with it. Gary Payton over to Kendall Gill, out beyond the three-point ring. Gill in low to Detlef. Schrempf left-hand side, double teamed over to Gill, drives in, held by Rogers as he went airborne. Foul on Rodney Rogers sends Kendall Gill to the line. With 3:07 left in the third, the Sonics leading Denver in workmanlike fashion, 64-58. And the Sonics will make some substitutions.
Well, this is where the Sonics have a huge advantage over the Denver Nuggets. The second team comes in, has the ability to impact the game. The Nuggets can't go to their bench right now with Rogers already out there and calling anybody that had that kind of impact.
Yeah, they battle, they hammer, they slug it out, and then just when you're on the ropes, you know you can go over to the corner and make the tag, and in comes your
Killer Kowalski.
Your Killer Kowalski, that's right, your counterpart. Come in and just do a little more hammering. Gill misses the free throw. Kendall steps up for another. Seattle's not shot well tonight. 13-21 from the line. 14-22 making as Gill hits the free throw. 11 for Kendall, 5 in the quarter. 65-58. We have a ball game. 7-point Sonic lead. 3 minutes to go, third period. Pack with it. Third-year player, USC, feeds to Rogers. McMillan nearly undressing him outside, grabbing that jersey. Rogers right side. 8 on the shot clock. Attack broken up by Payton. Ball squirts free. Rogers has it, spins away, drives into the lane, feeds to Mutombo. Up fake, Gill out of position. Gill then came down with his parachute on. Fouls Mutombo. And Dikembe will go to the line on the third foul of the night to Kendall Gill. Timeout on the 32. Here in the period, Denver out rebounds Seattle 10-9. The Sonics had a 15-point lead. Denver's gotten it to 6, but as it stands now, it's a 7-point Seattle lead with Dikembe Mutombo, a 58% free throw shooter, heading to the line.
Mutombo stroked him perfectly Thursday night, 4 for 4, and they all looked right. He's reverted back more to his regular season form here tonight, 1 for 4 in the first half.
And 2 for 6 for the game. Talk about awful big men that shoot free throws. How about Shaquille O'Neal? Goodness, 50% from the line. Wow. That is a
interesting stat mentioned on the NBC game today. If he would have just shot 60% for the year, he would have won the scoring title over David Robinson.
Interesting. And if it hit free throws today, they might not have had the outcome they did. The Pacers defeated Orlando to take the 2-0 lead. Mutombo missed the first, second one up and in. 9 from Mutombo. 65-59. Again, pressure applied by Denver in front court. Seattle breaks it easily. They work against it every day. Perkins has a 3 in the air. In and out. Rebound to Rogers. 6-point lead. Packed the other way down the left side. Guarding him is Payton. Shovels it off to Mutombo. Turns with a hook. No go. Rebound to Perkins. Out it comes to Payton. Races across midcourt. Dribbles down the right wing. Double team. Skips it over to Nate in the corner. Cross court to Gill. Leaps. Catches. Leaps again. 15-foot jumper. No. Perkins the follow. Blocked by Mutombo, but jabbed up and in by Shawn Kemp. Kemp follows that errant ball around the hoop and tapped it in the rack. And the Sonics lead it by 8, 67-59.
Shawn cleaned up with that little jab play. Give Sam Perkins the credit for the hard work, though, to get that first offensive board.
2:02 to go in the third quarter. Kemp with 11 rebounds on the night. Now is a double-double. Ellis cross court feeds to Williams. Reggie Williams out beyond the three-point ring. Over to Pack. Crossover dribble. Hands to Ellis. Fakes from 15. Sidesteps to McMillan. His toss off the mark. Gill reaches over Mutombo for the rebound. Snatches it out of midair. Brings it across midcourt. Feeds over to McMillan. Boy, off the ball, Kemp went down and he rolled about 15 feet on his backside. He'll get the ball, crossover dribble into the lane. Nearly knocked down by the fallen Rogers. Feeds to Perkins, who hammers in a 3. Oh, what do you know about that? Shawn Kemp looked like he was riding a unicycle for the first time in his life. He was off balance. He had been tripped up. Rogers rolled into him, took his pins out from beneath him. He managed to find Perkins, though, through all of that for the wide-open 3-ball. And the Sonics lead is 11 at 70-59, Wally.
I've never seen a game when so many guys just stumbled and fell as I have in this game. The players, offensive players putting moves on, guys just hitting the deck after the end of the play. Interesting timeout by Dan Issel, just a minute and a half left in the third period. He's burned one that he may want to have back. This game remains close into the fourth period.
Kemp slipped up, fell, and went in a crossover dribble. Rogers took him out from beneath his pins. He fed to Perkins, and he drained the 3. How about that for a play? Kemp doing it all with 10 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists tonight. And he also has 4 blocks.
2 players hit the deck, no one hurt. Broken play, and the Sonics offense has just not been that sharp tonight. They've been bailed out by great three-point shooting.
Getting a little squirrely out there right now. Speaking of squirrely, are you looking for a unique Father's Day or Mother's Day gift? How about making Dad or Mom the star of the Seattle Supersonics? Now, it can be done with a Seattle Supersonics fantasy tape. We'll create for you a 5-minute radio broadcast play-by-play on audio cassette featuring your favorite Sonics fan making all the big plays and leading the Sonics to the championship. You can order yours now to assure delivery for Mother's or Father's Day by calling 1-800-HERE-NBA. Operators are standing by. Major credit cards accepted. You provide the info on Mom or Dad and we'll make them a star of the Sonics. Simply call 1-800-HERE-NBA. 1:31 left in the third. Seattle leading Denver 70-59. Well, no one has brought out a broom yet, but there are a couple of signs over across the way here at the Big Barn that say 3 and out with brooms on some posters that some fans have hastily drawn before the game. We're a long way from that. 11-point Sonic lead, a minute 19 left in the third. Rogers fires another 3, got another one. Rodney Rogers has brought Denver back time and time again. 3 3-pointers and 13 points for Rogers, all here in the third quarter. A minute 6 left in the third.
You must adjust your defensive thinking and know you can't leave him or double team off of him at this point after he's made 3 in the quarter.
8-point Sonic lead. McMillan outside the 3-point ring. He fired a few this year. Tried to feed low to Perkins. He's Horston hauled down by Reggie Williams. Foul on Reggie Williams, his second.
His second 15-foul penalty. Supersonics.
Nate, so good at the entry pass on the angle. Reggie Williams, again, giving away a lot of size, gets stuck inside with Sam Perkins.
That three-point shot tonight for Denver, 4 of 6 they've hammered in as a team. Seattle's hit 6 for 12. Here's Sam I Am to the line. Big Smooth out of North Carolina. Perkins with 6 points. Perkins has 7 boards as well. Well, that gives him 16 here in the playoff series in 2 games. During the course of the year, he averaged just shy of 5 rebounds a game in 27 minutes per.
Sam's rebounds numbers were way down this year in the regular season. He's back more to his historical form with the numbers he's putting up in the playoffs.
Perkins misses the first, second one up and in. So Perkins gets one of the two. 71-62, Seattle by 9, 55 seconds left third quarter. Seattle tonight 15 of 25 from the line. Pack outside, crossover dribble, double team pursued by Perkins and McMillan. Rotates it to Rogers, over to Williams, off the flank, dribbles into the paint, but Ricky shut him off. Williams shovels it outside to LaPhonso Ellis, over to Robert Pack. Between the wickets, changes directions, right to left. McMillan again shuts off the passing lane and just did get a hand out to deflect that ball to the sideline where Kemp and Askew gave hot pursuit, but couldn't get there in time. It'll be Denver ball. 3 on the shot clock for the Nuggets. They trail Seattle by 9. Rogers will bring it in bounds, and then you have to watch. You can't allow him to get it back for the 3-stroke. Rogers looking for Pack. He'll get it. He'll dribble in. Deflected away by Askew. Poked ahead by Perkins and grabbed by McMillan. Good play by Vinny and Sam. Nate across midcourts will set it up with 23 on the shot clock. With 23 seconds left here in the third. Seattle by 9. Ricky rolls off the Kemp pick. Gets it from Nate. Drives into the lane. Leans back, is fouled. Shot fell short. He'll have to earn him at the line.
Well, you wonder why George Karl put Ricky Pierce in with just a minute left in the third period. It's because the Nuggets are in the penalty. He wants to get Gary Payton a little rest. He wants to get Ricky in there. Of course, he's going to shoot 2 no matter what on a shooting foul. But George loves to get him in when the other team's in the penalty so he can get more to that free throw line.
The Sonics have 21 points off turnovers this evening. Denver 6. Of course, Seattle had 36 points off 21 turnovers in game 1 over the Denver Nuggets. Ricky Pierce misses the free throw. It's rare that he will miss a free throw. He is one of the best in the business, but one of the best all time. Number 3 in the league in percentage at 89% at the season's end. Winds up with a second one and flips it in. Pierce with 8 points. 16 and 6/10 seconds remaining. We're in the third. 10-point Sonic lead, 72-62. With Wally Walker, I'm Kevin Calabro at the Big Barn tonight. Glad you're with us. Game 2. Sonics leading the series 1-0. Pack dribbles head of the key, fires him at McMillan. Nate deflects it. It comes up short. Brian Williams has it out to Williams for a 3. It won't go at the buzzer. And after 3 complete here at the Coliseum, the score, the Sonics 72, the Nuggets 62. Back with a fourth quarter run in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Gentlemen, please welcome the Sonics Dance Team, sponsored by Reebok.
Sonic rotation defensively this time, but watch Rodney Rogers. He's just going to spot up right there. The ball's going to move around, and guess what? The Sonics scramble around. He's wide open for his third three-pointer of that quarter.
scoring 13 of the 25 points in the third quarter. Rodney Rogers kept them alive as they trimmed a 15-point lead back to 6 at a couple of occasions and had possession of the basketball, but could not come up with a key shot. On one occasion, Ellis missed a 15-footer. On the other, Mutombo missed a little hook inside of 8 feet. So the Sonics hold a 10-point lead as we go down to the fourth period of play. And Denver will have possession in the final stanza.
Denver, with just the 8 turnovers, really doing a much better job taking care of the basketball. High turnover team all year long, particularly in this building.
Both teams shooting 40%. Denver 24 of 60, Seattle 25 of 63. Reggie Williams brings the ball up the floor, scoots into the key, is upended, bumped from behind by Ricky Pierce. He and Williams had a little set to earlier in this game, and both got a technical foul. So you'll see very little lip exchange between the two now. The foul on Pierce is his second. Denver will bring it in bounds. 19 on the shot clock as Pack works laterally out quarter court left side. He'll slip it to Brian Williams, head of the key. Now to Rogers, another three. He'll stroke it up. He got it. Look out, Rodney Rogers. 16 points, has hit 4 3-pointers. He was 35 of 92, 38% during the year. They're letting him set his feet. 7-point Sonic lead, 11:26 to go in the game. Guess who's going to see more time in game 3? We knew he would tonight because he came on and played a little better brand of ball in the second half of game 1, as did Bryant Williams.
Well, he set up in the same place over on the right-hand side of the floor, and once again the Sonics slow to react to his presence over there.
Rogers has hit his last 5 field goals. 4 of them have been 3-point shots. That's hot. 7-point Sonic lead, 11:21 to go in the game. McMillan, top side to Ricky. Thought he had an opening, tried to dribble over there. Williams shut him off. They send it outside to Askew, in low to Perkins. Double team down low, out to Detlef, and he strokes in a 15-footer. Boy, that's what you need, those sharpshooters, when you get caught in the half court. 74-65 Seattle. A minute has elapsed here in the final stanza. Pack handles the ball outside. Double team, they'll skip it to Mutombo. Where's Rodney Rogers?
He's over there banging around with Vinny Askew.
Williams to Brian Williams. In low to Mutombo, will cut into the lane. Then he comes over, goes chest to chest with Askew. Then Detlef Schrempf comes over with some words from Mutombo. Now Brian Williams steps out slowly, and Detlef Schrempf and Nate McMillan will walk in between those two. Detlef is still drawn.
I'd say Mutombo just doesn't get the playoffs yet. Every time he got bumped the other night, he was complaining. It's not personal, big fella. That's just the way it's played this time of year.
No freebies. This is not a layup line.
A technical foul has been called on Denver's number 55, Dikembe Mutombo.
Technical foul on Dikembe Mutombo. Man, he bit hook, line, and sinker. He was goaded into the technical foul by one of the best, Vinny Askew. I'm telling you, Vinny's down here smiling right now.
Well, it looked like he basically pointed his finger and threatened whoever he was pointing the finger out. I don't know if it's Detlef or Vinny. You can't play that. Referees are going to try to tighten this thing up now. They're going to blow their whistles awfully quickly from here on out.
Pierce hits the technical foul shot. The Sonics lead is 10, and now Dikembe will go to the line to shoot 2 shots with 10:49 left in the ballgame. So Askew expends a hard foul on Mutombo. Dikembe takes issue. Thrusts out an index finger at Vinny Askew. Detlef Schrempf had a couple of words, and Mutombo gets the technical foul. Now he shoots 2 on the personal foul. The free throw up and in. Dikembe with 10 points. Well, it hasn't been, from an offensive standpoint, a flawless game by any means. Denver 11 of 18 from the line. Seattle 17 of 28. Both teams shooting 41%. Turnovers have been low for both teams, though. Seattle with 8. Denver with 10, but for 22 Sonic points off those turnovers. Mutombo hits both free throws. That's a key stat. 22 points off 10 Denver turnovers. And out-rebounding Denver 39-34, as they did in game 1. Askew steps by Pack, lead in 12-footer on the run. No, followed up by Vinny, up in air. Vinny Askew. What did he tell all the young players? Follow your shot. He did.
That's a satisfying one, not only because he got the 2, but right after the altercation.
77-67, 10:22 to go in the ball game. Follow your shot. Here's Williams from Pack. Turns, 15-footer. He hastened it. Missed it. Rebound McMillan. Streaking out Ricky. And a foot race it back. Goes to the glass. Missed the running reverse. We have a hard foul administered by Pack. And to the line will go Ricky Pierce. Third foul on Robert Pack.
Nate McMillan, one of the best in the business with a quick pass. He knows where his teammates are down the floor. You can see barely touches his hands and leads Ricky perfectly. And Pack gives him a hard foul, but one that doesn't knock him off balance where he might get hurt.
The Soups lead it by 10, 77-67, 10-13 left in the game. And Pierce to the line. And he'll flip it up and it rattles in and out. Oh, the free throw demon is set in on the Sonics tonight. And he's up there in the rafters giggling right now. Seattle 17 of 29, one of the best. Ricky Pierce has just shot 50%, 3 of 6. Second by Rick. Got it. Pierce with 10. They call him Deuce, or Big Paper Daddy. Call him what you want, but don't call him late for dinner. 10 minutes remaining, fourth quarter play. Sonic 78, Nuggets 67. 11-point Sonic lead. In low, Mutombo, about 14 feet from the hole, set out wide on the right. Double team to Pack, back to Mutombo, single coverage. Now McMillan comes over with Perkins to double, leaving Pack open, 15-foot stroke, he got it. Little two-man inside out.
I stole the words right out of my mouth. That's just lovely execution, one of the most basic plays in the game.
Sonics by 9, 9:41 to go in the game. Vinny Askew roams around beyond the three-point ring. Skips it low to Sam. Perkins backs down, off balance, double teamed out to Vinny. Steps up, three ball off the heel of the iron. Perkins came up for the rebound. Williams is there to tap it outside to Rogers. On the break to Williams, into the lane, to the glass, lays it in. Reggie Williams with 5. 78-71, Seattle by 7. Ricky Pierce comes back to the near side. Double team, out to Vinny, throws it out on the wing, nearly to Dan Issel. Grabbed by Perkins, hustling over after it. 15 on the shot clock. 9:10 to go in the game. Askew sets up his man, dribbles by Mutombo, takes it in with the left hand. It would not go. Hard luck. Missed the shot. And the rebound tapped outside where Pack will handle it. Robert Pack's at midcourt. Denver trailing by 7, 8:55 to go in the game. Mutombo in deep, double team. Hits the cutter. It's Pack, doubled inside, feeds outside. Rogers penetrates, 8-foot runner, no. Rebound Perkins. Out to McMillan as Detlef ahead, floats it right on the money. Up he comes and missed the lay-in, but hammered from behind by Rogers. Just was pushed off balance by Rogers enough that he was unable to adjust in midair. When we come back, Detlef Schrempf will go to the line for 2. With 8:40 left in the game, our score, the Sonics 78 and Denver 71 on the Sonics Broadcasting Network. (78-71) is our score. The Sonics leading the Nuggets, 8:40 to go in the fourth quarter of play. The Sonics during the season averaged 41 rebounds per contest. There were only 4 other teams in the NBA with fewer rebounds than the Sonics. But Wally, here in the first couple of ball games, 52 boards in game 1, and here in game 2, they have out-rebounded Denver 42-36, led by Shawn Kemp's 11 boards.
Done a nice job in the offensive glass both games. And of course, there have been a lot of missed shots in this one. Both teams have a lot of rebounds. The Nuggets out-rebounded the Sonics in 3 of the 4 regular season games.
8:40 left. We're in the fourth quarter here in Seattle. The Sonics lead the Nuggets 1-0. It's the first round of the NBA playoffs. The score 78-71. And Detlef Schrempf, a 77% free throw shooter, steps to the line. He has 12 for the night, 3 of 4 from the line, 4 of 8 from the field. 13 of 14 from the line in game 1, and the leading scorer with 21 points. Here's Schrempf, steps up and hits the free throw, 13 for Detlef. 6'10" and 235 from Washington, class of 85 in his ninth year. He told me a German magazine came over to do a full-length spread on him. And I said, oh, that had to make you happy. I'm sure they wrote some nice things about you. He says, you kidding? They ripped me. He says, they destroyed me. He says, my mom was in tears when she read it. 9-point Sonic lead, 8:28 to go, fourth quarter play. It's good to know that the media doesn't change no matter where you go in this world. Rogers crossover left to right hand dribble to the baseline. This is one thing constant in this world. Mutombo missed the shot, followed by Williams, won't go. Rebound grabbed by Perkins. He will flip it to McMillan. Now, does Perkins have double digits yet? No, he's at 9 boards. He's almost there. He's got an average of 9 rebounds, 18 in the 2 games for Sam I.M. Seattle will set it up by 9. Pierce drives into the lane, out to Nate for 3. Rebound grabbed by Mutombo. Seattle has shot quite well from 3-point range, 50%, but now they're 6 of 13. Pack into the lane. Chest pass down low. Williams on the run, bumped and fouled beneath the lid. I believe it's a non-shooting foul. It is. Third team foul on the Sonics. 7:51 to go in the ball game. Sonics leading the Nuggets by 9, 80-71. Even though it is a close game in terms of point differential, 9 points, it's played, Wally, at a pace where Denver obviously wants to play at this pace, but you cannot score 9 points in a hurry to catch up. That's the unfortunate
that's
thing.
right, and of course their leading scorer Abdul-Rauf has had a long rest on the bench. Dan Issel likes to play the penetration of Robert Pack.
Pack feeds to Reggie Williams outside. They try to free Ellis down on the block. He turns, gets it on the block, double team. Outside to Pack, threw it nearly to midcourt. Pack makes a good save, 7 on the shot clock. Robert Pack penetrates, pumps in a runner from 8, wrist it, rebound McMillan. Peels out across midcourt, fires a bullet to Schrempf. He is spun around, twisted and held by Reggie Williams and fouled hard, and will go to the line. Reggie Williams hangs on as Detlef Schrempf knew he was going to take a shot, but he went right to the rack with it.
Nate McMillan, the last 2 times, one-man break. When he gets to the veterans, Ricky and Detlef fill in the lanes. What your small forward and your big guard are supposed to do. They're getting down there before the other young legs do.
Detlef to the line. 14 points for Schrempf. Flicks up the free throw. It rattles in and out. Detlef had hit 5 of 6 prior to that when he rimmed it off. The Sonics shooting 20 of 33, 62% from the line. Well, you just get the feeling just from the crowd, Wally. The feeling I get anyway from the crowd and their response. They're waiting for the second series to come around. They're waiting to see Utah or San Antonio.
It's been a low-energy game, yes, really, from the crowd standpoint. I think it's been the style of the game. It just hasn't been a run by the Sonics.
10-point Sonic lead, 7:13 to go, fourth quarter. Pack pumps it low to Rogers, double teamed out to Pack. Cross court to Williams, sets his feet at 3. Look out, in and out, rebound. Schrempf comes soaring in for it. He'll flick it ahead to Vinny Askew. Slants on the backcourt with a hard left-hand dribble. Williams on his hip, feeds to McMillan over to Pierce. Turns into the lane, running right-hander up and in. Ricky going about 3/4 speed when he pumped it up and in with a running right-hander. 12 points for Pierce and a timeout called by the Nuggets. Seattle up 12, 83-71. 6:52 left in the game. Back in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
I still remember
left in the ball game, and the Sonics leading the Nuggets 83-71. 12-point Seattle lead. Trying to take it to Game 3 in Denver on Monday and deliver the knockout blow. We'll have it for you on radio and TV, or simulcast from Denver. Here's Abdul-Rauf to bring it out of backcourt. Mahmoud, double team. Feeds it to Ellis, into the lane to Mutombo. Spun around on contact made by Pierce. No autopsy, no foul. You know the rules here. Mutombo falls on the ball and calls a timeout. And it will be Denver basketball with 6:39 left here in the fourth quarter.
They're trying to call a 20, but they've already used their 20 this half. That's going to burn another timeout. We'll try to get a count for you.
And we will return with the count in a moment on the Sonics Broadcasting Network.
Substitution for Seattle, number 40, Shawn Kemp.
Six and a half minutes left in the ball game. Seattle leading by 12, 83-71. A botch pass. Williams on the high post, intercepted by Kemp down the right side. Saves it in bounds, centers it to Vinny, and now he'll give way to McMillan, who will slow it up. 6:27 left in the game. 83-71. Wally Walker, Kevin Calabro at the big barn tonight. McMillan left side, curls off the Askew pick, stops head of the key, feeds over to Ricky. Shows Ellis the ball, brings it back, stops in the lane, double teamed out to Nate. Long J got it. Nate McMillan, a three-pointer, they're ruling it. Nate McMillan with 6 points, and the Sonics, Wally, lead by 15.
The bench is doing the job again, playing most of the fourth quarter. The 6th through 9th players are doing a solid job, and Nate very rarely misses from that spot.
86-71, 5:56 to go, fourth quarter. Look at Bob Kloppenberg on that Sonic bench. Man, he is doing some coaching down there. Oh, goodness. As the Sonics were out there trapping on the wing in front of the Sonic bench, man, you could just about hear Kloppy from up here. He was getting after it.
I guarantee I know what he's saying. Baseline, baseline, baseline.
Close out.
There's a man that loves the defense.
Oh, his club has held Denver to 71 points. First, the Nuggets average about 100 a game, and they give up 99 per contest. Rauf's free throw up and in. He has 11. Seattle's lead is 14. Well, game 3 is going to be interesting in Denver. Really interesting.
Yeah, it will. They'll make a run if the Sonics just hang tough. Keep it close. Had a great shot at a sweep.
Rauf has 12. He hits both free throws. 13-point Sonic lead, 5:45 to go. 86-73 the count. Schrempf with the ball. Outside to Kemp, right of the key. Shovels his feet, drives Mutombo in deep. Draws a double team, dishes baseline left to Vinny. They rotate it out. Schrempf will take it. He'll cut into the lane. Back to the basket. Ellis hanging on it. Flicks it up with the left hand. They got nothing but air. Denver will take it up. And here is Stith across midcourt. Bryant Stith, second year from Virginia. The Cavalier out beyond the three-point range. Skips it over here to Rauf. The Tiger from LSU. He'll fire a three. Rim short. Rebound McMillan. Boy, he has a bunch. Outlet pass to Vinny. Into the lane. Jump pass to Ricky. Ricky cuts in with a left-hand dribble. Lost a handle. Picks it up. Williams on him. Sideline left. Gives to Vinny. Back to Ricky. In he comes. Left-hander won't go. Followed by Kemp. The tip jam off the mark and a foul called around the lid. It's on Dikembe Mutombo. Fourth foul on Dikembe Mutombo.
Great two-man basketball between Ricky and Vinny Askew. You can see just give and go. Ricky's going to move without the ball, which he does so well. Because Mutombo has to come over to help out in this play, Shawn sneaks in for the tip and the fourth foul on Mutombo.
Shawn Kemp with that rebound has 7 offensive rebounds, 12 total with 10 points. We mentioned McMillan a moment ago. He has 4 boards. Perkins has 9. Nate McMillan will check out. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Matt. Kemp second free throw up, got it. Kemp with 11 points. 87-73. Seattle by 14, 4:56 left in the game. Mutombo down on the block. Twisted up with Schrempf all over him. Now drops down, back picks, and then comes back on the ball side. Meantime, Ellis handles it, looks at the shot clock, back Schrempf into the paint. Feeds out to Rauf for 3. He got it. Rauf with 15 points. And Denver's starting to fire him in. 6 of 10 from 3-point range. 4.5 minutes to go. 87-76 the score. Sonics lead it by 11. Right side with it is Payton. He curls off the Kemp screen. Feeds over to Pierce. Pierce slants in, double team, needs help. Feeds over to Gary. Gary skips with a dribble, lost a handle on it. He's got to leave it out there for anybody. He screens Rauf off the ball. Pierce will get it. Drives into the lane, had it stripped away and out of bounds. It will be Sonic basketball.
And for substitution, number 54, Rodney Rogers. A timeout called by
Payton dribbling with the left hand, picked up the dribble, then put it down again. Now he can't handle it, obviously. Did a nice job to screen off Rauf to allow Pierce to grab it. So with 4:13 left here in the ball game, there's a timeout on the floor, and we'll stay here at the Coliseum with the Sonics leading 87-76. And seems pretty apparent at this point that the Denver Nuggets will not be able to muster the kind of swift offense that they need in order to overcome the Sonic
their style,
point pad.
Their chance really is a three-point shot. They have a couple guys, although they were shooting three-point club in the league this year, just 28%. It's hard to believe it when you see them tonight. You see Abdul-Rauf and Rogers drilling from either side, but they don't have the slashers and they don't really have the transition game, so they're going to have to do it with a deep jumper.
Well, the finals this afternoon, the Indiana Pacers defeated Orlando to take a 2-0 lead into Tuesday's matchup against the Magic as they go back to Indianapolis, Indiana. That place is going to be absolutely raucous. 17,000 plus at Market Square Arena on hand for that ball game on Tuesday. And keep in mind, the Pacers, since they joined the NBA back in the expansion days of the ABA-NBA in '75, have only been to the playoffs 5 times, and they've never gotten past the first round. They've got a real shot here to upset the number 4 seed, the Orlando Magic. Indiana the 5th seed. And of course, Atlanta beat Miami 104-86 in a literal slugfest. Can't wait to get home and see that one. Apparently 3 players thrown out of the ball game when bench is empty. Atlanta evens the series at 1 game apiece. And of course, earlier today, the Utah Jazz come back in game 2 to beat San Antonio, and that series now even at 1-1 as they head now to Salt Lake City, Utah.
How will your hometown in Indianapolis react to that game 3 this week?
Oh, they're absolutely going to be rocking. I mean, absolutely rocking. They Pacers, of course, had the 2nd best record in the NBA in the second half of the season, second only to the Seattle Supersonics. Inbound pass. Askew to Schrempf. Leans back, 10-footer, won't go. Rebound to Mutombo. My heart, obviously, and soul, and mind and spirit are with the Sonics, but a little bit there that would love to see a Seattle Pacer final matchup. Wouldn't that be something? 3:58 to go in the game. Mutombo inside, man, he took a shellacking from Kemp. He was on the low block, stepped in, and was flattened by Kemp, who was lunging at the ball.
That was our number 11, Detlef Schrempf.
And Detlef Schrempf actually will get the foul. He was reaching and trying to slap it away from inside. Pow!
Shawn just come over to help out, goes straight up, and you see the strength of Shawn Kemp right here. Mutombo goes straight to the ground after bumping into Shawn when he really had the momentum. Shawn was standing still.
Dikembe is a gangly, somewhat awkward player. He didn't start playing hoops until he was about 18 years of age. 7'2", 250. 87-76 the score, and the Sonics lead here by 11. And I think a lot of that contact, Wally, that is made, he really brings on himself, because He's off balance, he's falling, he's leaning, he's stumbling, he's bumbling.
You're exactly right. And of course, that's why the other players get frustrated with him, because they get clipped with those elbows. He's bumbling and stumbling.
He misses the second free throw. Ellis is right there around the lid to tap it in with the left hand. Denver not ready to pack it in yet. They trail by 8, 87-79, 3:46 to go in the game. Kemp hands off to Gary Payton.
Sonics need to stay aggressive offensively.
Payton flips it outside to Perkins, beyond the three-point ring, over to Gary. Mid-block right side, Gill backs, turns in the lane, following 12-footer deflected. Came up short, Mutombo with it. Out to Rauf, ahead to Ellis, down the right side, pulls up to Rauf, covered closely, double team. Swerves between a double team, lost the ball on the floor. Kemp goes to the deck, grabs the ball between the legs, and then Ellis piles on top of him for a jump ball. 3:22 left in the game, 87-79 the score.
I'll tell you who doesn't want to see a Seattle-Indianapolis final. NBC.
Tell you what, though, in the East, anything is possible. You might see Jersey tomorrow take New York. Here's the tip. Deflected and trapped by Bryant Stith. Stith will bring it outside, and Joey Crawford scrambles to get out of harm's way.
Sonics surprisingly lethargic here in this stretch.
Mutombo outside Ellis, a 15-footer, he got it. LaPhonso Ellis. Well, lethargy will cost you. 6-point Sonic lead, 3:02 to go in the game. They had a 15-point lead. Denver on an 8-0 run. Kendall Gill with the ball. Kendall, ball high over the head, flips it over to Kemp. Kemp works Mutombo to the baseline, races in, double teamed out to Perkins for a three-stroke. Got it. Sam Perkins with a three ball and a big one. 10 points for Perkins, and the Sonics lead is 9 at 90-81. 2.5 minutes left in the ball game.
Sam remains one of the great clutch shooters in this game.
Oh, was that a big one? Rauf feeds over to Rodney Rogers. Skips it to Rauf. He'll fire a three. No. Came up short. Rebound tapped out. Sonics all over it. Payton across midcourt. Scoots by Rauf. Drives into the lane. Finger rolls it up and in. 12 feet outside on the run. Brought it down around the belt buckle and scooped it up and in. Man, that was sweet.
Looked like Bob Beeman on the long jump. Gary Payton took off so far away from the basket and still had control of that shot.
Payton was 17. Clyde the Glide had one last night against Houston like that. It was a beauty. Here's Ellis in low. He'll hook one up. Deflected by Perkins. Sam has it. Juggles it. Falls out of bounds. Saves it to Payton. At midcourt, fouled by Rogers. And with 1:55 left in the game, Seattle leads by 11, 92-81. And the crowd raises to their feet. An ovation for the Supersonics.
Watch Gary Payton. He is way out at the free throw line. Just stretched himself out. Very difficult to maintain control of that basketball when you broad jump that far away.
Payton to the line. Misses the free throw. That's been the story for the Supes tonight. They've hit 22 of 37. They've missed 15 free throws. And that's a 61% night from the line.
Not a relaxed look from Gary there. He's mad about missing that one. He's not comfortable with that line tonight.
Second one up from Payton. Good. Gary with 18 points. And he has 4 assists and 4 rebounds to show for the night's work. 12-point Sonic lead, 93-81. Rauf steps outside, double team. Jump pass cross court, broken up by Perkins, pursuing it. Going over the top of Rogers, and a foul on Sam Perkins. Third foul on Perkins with 1:44 left. Seattle leading 93-81. And Rodney Rogers, first round draft choice out of Wake Forest, all ACC first team, 6'7", 255, steps to the line.
ACC player of the year last year. The year before last.
He's a load. Flips it up and in.
Played 2 years in college with Chris King.
17 for Rodney Rogers.
For Denver, number 14, Robert Pack.
Robert Pack now will step in for the Denver Nuggets. And Rauf will come out. They don't want to get him hurt. He weighs 145 pounds. 145 pounds, Rauf.
I think this will be an offensive defensive substitution. I'd be shocked if this doesn't go back to Abdul-Rauf when they have the basketball.
93-82 the count. Rogers misses the free throw. Crowd chanting sweep with 1:44 left. Sonics lead it here by 11, 93-82. It was a grind them out, workmanlike blue-collar affair tonight at the barn. Payton, a chest pass to Schrempf, high on the right side, covered by Ellis. Looking low for Perkins. Sam with the block, opens up, spins by Rogers, then he comes soft hook, missed it, grabbed his rebound, and Stith goes right back up, blocked by Mutombo, ball volleyed, grabbed by Stith. Stith out of backcourt. 93-82, a minute 14 left, Stith to Pack. He waits for Mutombo to get in low. Now he sends it across the lane to Ellis, back to Pack, over to Rogers for a three. No, rebound Mutombo, stolen away by Perkins. Saves it in bounds once again while tumbling out of bounds. This time to Gary Payton. Perkins has been outstanding. 93-82 the score. Sam with 10 points, 11 rebounds. And another three. He got it, but after the whistle. Apparently they ruled Kemp walked in the lane after giving it outside, or before giving it outside to Perkins.
Sam Perkins has been outstanding both these playoff games against the Nuggets. The best rebounding effort all year, and right there just maintaining enough balance to get the ball to a teammate.
Well, the crowd is heading out of here with 52 seconds left in the ball game. Mahmoud will check back in for the Denver Nuggets. As Wally mentioned, it'll be an offense-defense type substitution for Dan Issel. Sonics leading by 11. Pack between the rings, 42 seconds left. Robert Pack gives to Ellis, he'll fake the three. Now he'll take the three, and he nailed the three. Ellis with 16 points. 93-85, 8-point Sonic lead, 35 seconds left. Here comes Gill to midcourt. Chest pass to Perkins, skips it down the sideline, broken up by Pack, intended for Payton. It'll be Sonic basketball. Kemp to bring it in bounds for Seattle. And again, the crowd chants sweep. 28 seconds left. We'll see on Monday night. Here's Kemp working on Mutombo. Foul on the open floor. Kemp will go to the line for two shots. Mutombo nailed it. Fifth foul on Dikembe. Shawn Kemp will go to the line. 93-85 the score. 8 points Sonic lead. 23 and 9, 10 seconds remaining in the game. Monday night will be on the air at 7:30 Seattle time. Kemp with 11 points, 12 boards, 6 assists this evening. Steps to the line. And will be on both radio and TV to simulcast for you. Kemp's free throw up and in. The Rain Man at 16 points and 9 boards in game one. And he comes back with a fine effort here. Second by Kemp, up and in. Yikes, 13 for Kemp. 94-85, 20 seconds remaining. Rauf near side, long J, rattle short, rebound Mutombo. Out to Rauf, he'll reload for three. Rebound deflected, Kemp after it, out of bounds. Denver ball.
Well, this was not a pretty one. The Sonics delighted to have it in what would be a difficult game, always a difficult game to win that second one after you have a blowout at home.
That's
an 8:30 Mountain Time game in Denver, so it's 7:30 start for Seattle. So we're going to get started late in Denver. Hope they have room service that stays up till 1 a.m. 95-87, Seattle leading by 8, and the foul on the inbounds pass.
14, Robert Pack.
Robert Pack, the obligatory foul. And with 6 and 6, 10 seconds remaining, it's all over but the final print. 95-87 is the score. The Sonics lead it by 8. Sonics, of course, go on to take on the winner of the 1 versus, or I should say the 4 versus 5 matchup, should they win either Monday or Thursday in Denver. Because game 4 will be necessitated if they don't pull it off on Monday. Perkins free throw. Up and in, he has 11, he has 12. Perkins with 12 points, 11 rebounds. 97-87, Rogers flings another three, and that will be that. That ends the game. The Sonics win it 97-87 to take a 2-0 lead on Denver. Game 3 Monday, 7:30 start, 7 o'clock pregame. We'll have all the details for you of this win here at the Big Barn tonight. The Sonics beating Denver 97-87 on the Sonics broadcasting network. Well, Wally, the key to tonight's ball game, again, as it was in game 1, rebounding and points off turnover.
Well, and one more big element we didn't have in game 1, a three-point shot. The Sonics were struggling around defensively, didn't have much going, did a little standing. Somebody would bail them out with a three-point shot. Late, it was the big fellow, Sam Perkins.
Seattle hit 8 of 15 from three-point range. Perkins was 3 of 4. That will do it for us tonight here on the pay-per-view channel. Thank you for joining us. Game 3 on KSTW Channel 11 and all our usual radio outlets gets underway at 7 o'clock with the pregame show. 7:30 tip from Denver. For Wally Walker and Jim Ross and Rick Turner, our producer, with Lloyd Glazier, our engineer, I'm Kevin Calabro. So long from the Coliseum in Seattle.